A dream of the future brought to reality by
Sensation Station Network.
From East Point to Buckhead, College Park to Bankhead, dopest sports talk show on the radio. You heard what I said. Mason, Eagle, highlights and big plays from the East Coast to the West Coast, from Oregon to Georgia State. Touchdowns and home runs, slam dunks and long run. Athletes and sports junkies. If you got the knowledge, come get you some. Call in, let me hear your thoughts. Sound mad, get your team lost. Jerry Jones, cause I'm the ball. Call in, let me hear your thoughts. Crush, Jack. Yeah.
It's Monday, and it's 8 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
And you're tuned into the dopest sports show on radio.
Yes, sir.
It's the Crush. Right here on SSCNATL.com. I switched it up a little bit, man.
I see.
It's your boy E. Glaze.
I see you.
And with me, as always, is number 2 on your program. Macy, yo, Hurd. What's happening, Hurd?
Hey, man. Spat it up, baby. Ready to go, man. Rich tape.
Hey, man, we've been promoting this show for 4 days or 5 days, whatever. Y'all better get ready.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because it's going down. He in the building.
One of these pioneers of this thing, man.
I see the messages. He in the building. We're going to bring him on.
Hey, we're going to have to get a tripod. I know it one in. I'm about to put it up. You can't just be on by yourself over there.
Well, it's kind of on Doug, too.
Kind of.
Yeah, a little bit. Just
Boy,
tag.
you receivers, man.
But they over there, man. They know what's
See how
up.
receivers be. They just want their own thing. over
Wide
there,
outs,
man.
baby. Wide outs, baby.
They don't want to share them. They don't want to share the spotlight.
We show up, man. We stand out there by
You
ourselves.
sitting way on the sideline about to get that pad and checking if you're online, right?
Man,
now.
we stand out there on the numbers by ourselves all the time.
Here we go.
Especially think about it. If it's the formation like trips right, you the X on the backside, you over there by yourself. I spend a lot of time like that, like a problem child.
Here we go.
Yeah, you know what it is.
The wide out is in the building.
All the time, baby.
We got a great show for you guys today, man. Like I said, we got Doug Stewart in the building.
Hey, man, it's gonna get real.
We got to ask. I had to share my Monk's Corner story because I didn't know nobody from Monk's Corner until they came on there. So I thought it was a joke when they, I told them, like say it was like from Willie Cooch. I'm like, why are they dogging Monk's Corner? But they legitimately from Monk's Corner.
Hey, man. Boy,
Hey, you brought it to the hotel, man.
from the clay. Probably one of the few hotels in the city.
No,
it's South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Yeah.
We got a great show for you guys today.
Low country. Y'all don't know about that.
Our hot topic today, man, is going to be real simple. This microwave society. If I see GOAT and Steph Curry one more damn time.
Hey, man, y'all have to start using my term, man. I'm telling you. It's
Microwave society is, he is phenomenal. We'll talk about it in a minute. Cause
Yeah, man. Because we're gonna bring in this.
Maybe I'm too old. Maybe I'm sound like my dad used to sound.
Yeah.
When he'd be like, "Boy, you ain't seen nothing since Oscar."
Yeah.
But I'm feeling old right now because the 4-letter network already putting crowns on this dude, man.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, man, it's amazing, man, that, again, microwave society, man. We going to get into it.
We're going to jump into all that, man. We got to do, like I said, we got an interview with Doug. Got a lot of questions for him, man, because, he's still doing his thing.
Legend, baby.
We also, man, going to do our Crush Rundown. We got a lot of stories. Really, today, it's a lot of realists. This is a lot of realists today.
You know what's funny, and I sent you this tweet too, because it's like, just when we think like you want to finish, like I'm done researching for the show today, they just keep giving you stories. That's the beauty of sports. They just keep giving you something.
Well, marijuana must be the greatest drug of all time.
Hey, man, let me tell you something. Listen, man, move to Colorado. That's all. Dude, spend your off season in Colorado.
Buy your house in Colorado.
Dude, go get your medical marijuana. It's not hard to get a card.
I got a question. How do shorts, you running the 40, and we'll talk about that, and your junk fall out, but we're going to ask that question too.
Hey, man, Under Armour, baby. Under Armour.
Stay with us, man. We got a great show for you guys. We just get started, man. This great week we got, because today we got Doug. We told you who coming on tomorrow, my homeboy, so we about to kick Monday off right, man. Maceo, you ready to do this, man?
Always, man. Wide out's ready to go, man. I need 10 catches. If I don't get at least 12 targets, I'm going to have attitude. But you know that already.
Can you share the Facebook camera a little bit? Though?
I am. When we go to break, man. I got you, man. I got you covered.
Us, man. It's the Crush. We'll be right back.
Yup.
You want to see who's in the network?
Don't be jealous that I've been chatting online with babes all day.
Follow us on Instagram at Sensation Station Network. We're the nation's urban station. Radio, not dumbed down.
Today in school, I learned a lot. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me. In biology, I learned that I'm fat and stupid. In English, I learned that I'm disgusting. And in gym, I learned that I'm pathetic and a joke. The only thing I didn't learn in school today is why no one ever helps.
Kids witness bullying every day. They want to help, but they don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov. A message from the Ad Council.
Okay, so just type the job website address here. That's it. Then you enter what job you're looking for there.
Electrician. This is Peter. Recently, he got help going on the internet for the first time to look for a new job.
Okay, then you just hit search and...
In the past, Peter's gotten work through people he knew, but he heard there were more jobs online.
There we go.
These are all for me?
Uh-huh.
Really? He had no idea just how many. I can't believe it. This one looks good. Peter is thinking the internet might be for him after all.
And this is just one website.
Wow. Why didn't I do this sooner? See what the internet can help you do at everyoneon.org or call 1-855-387-9166 to find a free training class near you. Brought to you by Connect to Compete and the Ad Council.
Vince Lombardi once said that it's hard to be aggressive when you're confused. Some of us think that taking our lives to the next level, both personally and professionally, is a confusing and complicated process. Guess what? It's not, and I can prove it. My book, Truisms, will show you how living your life by rules that are so self-evident and obvious, you'll say, I knew that. This powerful yet short, detailed bestseller is on sale right now, under $10. Go to michaelmcfadden.com. That's michaelmcfadden.com and let Truisms help you to the next level. Yo, it's your boy Michael McFadden. If you hear my voice right now, that means you're tuned in to The Crush on Sensation Station Network. Shout out to them Cowboys. Not for real. Maceo Glaze, what up?
Hot topics.
And we're back. As always, Periscope like to fall down and do this thing.
You don't have your, what you call it?
I got my toolbox here.
Okay.
My prop. Hey, man, right now we got a caller before we get into hot topics. Caller.
Hey, caller, what's your question on, caller?
Hey, man, I don't get to call radio shows often, but when I do, I call the live sports show in the game, The Crush. Four quick things before I get out of here. Number one, dude that fell out that window at that hotel on Peachtree Street in Piedmont, he pulled a Kobe Bryant on him, didn't he?
He snitched. He did snitch today. I saw that.
Second of all, I heard Jerry Jones say Tony Romo was going to be a Cowboy for the next 4 to 5 years.
That is very true.
That
is true.
Third of all, who is that? Chris Humphries may be a Atlanta Hawk soon. Oh, my goodness. Where the hell is John Contact? Get Contact a deal. And finally, my fourth and final thing. Man, I still can't get on Facebook Live. Did I do something to Mark Zuckerberg? You know what? I'm going to hang up the list.
Boy. Hey, man, that guy right there, man, that caller always got some complaints, man.
Yeah. But speaking of him,
but we love him, though.
Check out the show Monday through Friday, The Real Talk with Michael and Joy.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was him or not, but it did.
No, it sounded like somebody similar to him.
Yeah, it sounded like it. Yeah. Hey, The Crush. Hey, man, Hot Topic brought to you by Dr. Kevin Dancy. If your smile isn't becoming to you, you should be coming to us. Dr. Kevin has been practicing dentistry for 15 years. Beautiful swats. His office is located 3752 Cascade Road, Suite 190. Complete family dentistry with everything you need in one office. Call and make an appointment, 678-836-2118. Again, it's 678-836-2118. And our hot topic for today, man, and we talked a little bit about this microwave society, and we got Doug coming on with us right now as well. What's up, Doug? How you doing?
What's going on, fellas?
Hey, man, we good.
Thank y'all for having me down.
Hey, man, appreciate you coming through, man.
Y'all give me an extra fix today. You know, because I do my show in the morning.
Yeah, double duty.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, looking at a few things today, Steph had an awesome game Saturday night. It was awesome. Shot 38-footer. Looked great.
Yeah. So,
I wake up this morning and Sunday, all I hear is GOAT talk. Greatest shooter of all time.
Wow.
Gazote. I put it
Yeah.
In this society, guys, what do you guys think about this proclamation They must forget people like Reggie Miller scored 8 points in 3 seconds or whatever it was.
Hey, man.
Go ahead, Doug. What do you got?
Doug, what you got on this, Doug?
Man, I'm so tired of little Stoney Jackson. and I know that's not the popular thing to say.
Stoney Jackson.
I know it's not. And listen, the guy is tremendous. He's phenomenal.
Yes.
But I just don't get it. I don't get how he's able to move so freely on the floor. I don't understand why they don't, use what I guess a negative about him and his game against him as far as him being a smaller player.
Yeah.
And it seems like he's kind of like lulled everybody to sleep. He's this nice guy. He does these great interviews.
Yeah.
He doesn't showboat. So we'll let him continue to cut our heart out every single week. And so I have a big problem. And you know what? I've been saying it a lot. I'm a fan of Steph Curry. I am. But this past weekend, what I saw happen in that Oklahoma City Thunder game, enough is enough.
Yeah.
Enough is enough, man.
Yeah. It's crazy because he can shoot from like anywhere on the floor almost.
Right.
Why would you let him walk the ball up the floor?
Right.
And I'm just going to hang out somewhere below the three-point line. Dude, he can pull from anywhere.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen him at any time get pressured for 94 feet?
No.
They let him come across the half-court line.
Well, and then what people will say is, well, if you try to pressure him, his handles are so good that he'll just dribble past anybody. I don't care. You got to try it.
Yeah.
And this is what Oscar Robertson was talking about last week. Oscar Robertson is like, if somebody hit a jump shot on me, I was all on top of him.
Yeah, I'm in the jersey.
The next time around, I'm in his shorts.
Yeah.
And we don't see that. And I know the game is different and you can't hand check and it's much less physical. But damn it, you got to try something different than what's been going on right now. That's all I'm saying. The guy's a phenomenal player, but I just can't understand why you continue to let him get to his spots without roughing him up a little bit, making him think about, if I come in this pain or if I try to get to this
you're going to get it.
You're going to get it.
You're going to get it.
They just don't do it. I don't know.
And I tell Macy all the time, I want to. First of all, the biggest disrespect I ever seen when they said he was better than Zeke.
Yeah.
And when Zeke balled, he battled. He got into the. I ain't seen Steph hit the floor yet.
Right.
And when he hit the floor, it's cute.
Right.
It's a nice,
it's very pretty.
Slide and high five.
Right.
He can't drive. You ain't gonna do both.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But the funny part about it, again, you talking about a guy like you say, nobody picks him up.
Nobody.
Dude, you understand he has the ball. He's the point dude. It's a chance he gonna pull. Look at the clock. It's just understanding the game and the situation.
At this point, what's he been in the league? 5-6 years now?
Yeah.
At this point, you should know this man can shoot it pretty much from half court.
From everywhere.
Yeah. So why do they not get up on him?
I don't understand. And you're talking about Westbrook, who is just as athletic.
Exactly.
He's more athletic than Steph, and he's stronger than Steph.
It's a mystery, man.
The thing that makes me laugh is the one time he was actually ever D'd up was against Dellavedova in the final. Mm-hmm. And you saw then, he didn't win the MVP of the finals.
He was frustrated.
Because he was frustrated.
He was very frustrated.
Right. And that's exactly what should be done. You need an agitator-type defender to play on him all night long just to get under his skin.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing about OKC. They got a defensive stopper on the team that can't shoot. Number 21, I can't think of his name, but he doesn't really score, but his job is to be out there.
You got 6 fouls. And you have 6 fouls at your disposal.
Yeah. You got the 8th, 9th, 10th man on the bench that you could bring in and get some fouls.
Come on.
And that's the thing about it. You need to make sure he's uncomfortable. It might not stop him, but you can't continue to let him do the same and make the same shots, get to the same spots on the floor. That's all I'm saying. You have to try to disrupt their offensive rhythm. And I haven't seen anybody, and I'm sure somebody has done it, but you need to continue that experiment.
Exactly. and make him play on the defensive side of the floor.
Right.
He gets the iceberg on defense.
Right.
He gets off the hook against teams. And when he was playing Westbrook for the first minute, quick foul.
Hey, you know people listening to the show under the age of 30 calling us haters right now, right? You know that, right?
We are haters. That's what y'all call us.
That's the popular term in 2015. You a hater. What does that mean? I'm just giving you a different opinion. What does that mean? I'm a hater.
I've been called it for 2 years now.
Whatever.
All because I say Steph not the greatest player.
Hey, I'm like Redman. I'll be that. I'll be that.
Hey, man.
Whatever.
We come back, man. We just started with.
I ain't studying these youngins, man.
We just started with Bad Doug, man. Hot Topic brought to you by Kevin Dancy. Reach out to him, man.
Dr. Dancy.
836-2118. When we come back, man, we get into our crushing interview. You see, we just getting started with our man Doug Stewart.
It's going to be crazy now.
Stay with us. It's the Crush.
am an American soldier.
I'm a warrior and a member of a team. I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values.
I will always place this first. I will never accept defeat. I will never accept defeat.
I will never quit.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
I am disciplined.
I am disciplined.
Physically and mentally tough.
Trained and proficient in my warrior tasks and drills.
I always maintain my arms, my equipment, and myself.
I am an expert and I am a professional.
I stand ready to deploy, engage, and destroy the
enemies of the United States of America in close combat.
I am a guardian of freedom and the American way of life.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
There's strong, and there's Army Strong. See what it takes at GoArmy.com.
Are you thinking about getting your GED diploma? Well, here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a number of pep talks that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You know that feeling? People look at you and don't believe in you.
You want some gentle encouragement.
Then you're on your way to your GED diploma and a better life.
But I know they're probably just a little bit nervous. You can find it in yourself to take that first step.
You can improve your future. You can do this. I know you can.
You need to start pushing yourself.
Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life. Hurry up. Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need to get your GED diploma, we've got a pep talk that's right for you. Call 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or visit yourged.org for your pep talk and find free GED classes in your area. GED is a registered trademark of the American Council on Education. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Thanks for asking, but I'd rather not send you nude pictures. I'm camera shy. I already said no. Under my clothes, I'm a robot. My webcam is broken. I'm worried they'll get passed around school. I have a rash. I have nudophobia. I have lizard skin. I'm a vampire, so I don't show up in pictures anyways. Your badgering has really killed the mood.
When someone is pressuring you to do something you don't want to, how many ways can you say no before they get the message? Let us know at that'snotcool.com. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
You're listening to Twin Sports TV, and shout out to The Crush on Sensation Station Network. Get your game up. Woo!
And we're back. Going into this crushing interview right now. So Maceo, we heard his voice. Introduce this man.
Properly introduce this young fella. Hey man, listen man. Nationally syndicated man, worldwide figure man. Y'all know what it is man. This guy man, he the reason, and we gonna pay a little homage man. Him and his brother the reason we say, you know what, this can really be done man. Yeah. They really truly started from the bottom and went all the way to the top man.
Yeah.
Sports Illustrated, everything man. Yeah. Arguing with Skip Bayless man. No need to say nothing else, man. Doug Stewart in the building. What's up, Doug?
Man, what's going on, fellas?
Hey, man.
First question for me.
Okay.
How do two brothers from Moncks Corner change sports talk forever, brother?
Forever. Wow. Long story short, man. You know, Ryan, my brother Ryan, played for Georgia Tech in college. Played in the NFL for 5 years. Real long story short, we had a big argument in his basement about a sporting topic. It was about Quincy Carter, but he had some contacts at Georgia Tech who were aligned with 790 The Zone at that time. We had this big argument. Everybody in the basement, we were watching games, playing Madden. You guys should do your own radio show. Mm-hmm. And we basically took that idea and presented it, pitched the program director at the station here in Atlanta, which is now defunct, 790 The Zone.
Very much so, Carmel.
Yeah, and the rest is history, man.
We ain't
the rest
saying
is history.
nothing.
Yeah.
They just happened to happen. We ain't saying nothing.
Yeah. But that's pretty much how it happened.
Yeah. And with those humble beginnings, like we were talking before the show, they try to put you in that late night slot.
Yeah.
And the popularity, just talk about how starting from where you guys started and then to make it into that realm, start getting in the rotation, and then basically become a nationally syndicated show.
Right. Well, I mean, the whole idea we pitched to the program director is this is Atlanta. This is a predominantly black city. Why none of y'all shows have any diversity? Mm-hmm. You know, why are none of your shows talking, you know, to the people? And so they gave us a shot. Went on, and after the very first show, they came in. They were paying us $25 a show. Basically, that was just to put money in our, for gas to get down there. And after the very first show, they came in the studio and they was like, "We see it. From now on, you guys are on the payroll." They started talking about a more frequent schedule, and at some point, we got a time slot in the daytime. After a couple of months. After 6 months, we got our first book. We were the highest rated show there, 6 months to a year.
Wow.
And then we started getting calls from, ESPN and TV One and all that type of stuff. And we were just very blessed, man. I mean, we're kind of like naturals and doing it from the very beginning.
All right, so let me ask you this question. So what were you doing right before you did Sports Talk?
Before I did Sports Talk, I was in the mortgage business.
So how do you have that conversation with your wife?
Oh, my God.
Baby, I'm about to go to some sports.
I had to take notes on this one right here.
Let me tell you, man. It was an even stranger conversation with my mother. I went to college for 4 years. I wasn't a broadcaster major or anything like that. I just talk a lot of trash. And I, could speak the Queen's English pretty good when I had to. When I got in front of people. When I got in front of company. I knew sports. Me and my brother played football our entire lives, so we knew sports. We played basketball and all of that stuff, and so when I told my mother that I was quitting my job, and I was making pretty good money, I mean, in relative terms, I was making very good money. When I told my mother that I was quitting to do Sports Talk radio full time, she's like, "Baby, are you sure?" I remember those words. I never forget those words. She's like, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yeah. I mean, this is going to be big. Like, we got this vision. We can kind of see that this thing is going to be big." But you went to college. You went to state for 4 years. You didn't even go for that. And I was like, this is going to work out. And so it was very uncomfortable from the very beginning. When I made that decision, though, we had already had an agent. We had knew that this thing was going to be big. It was kind of snowballing. So we came in with a very solid contract. And we probably signed 5 more contracts within the 10 or 11 years that we were on radio. And so, we basically put it in God's hand, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Y'all see that? Mama
gonna always be mama.
Mama's already been like, "Baby, I know you like this."
Right.
Right. Yeah, mama.
But you got bills. You got children.
You got children. You gotta make sure you take care of them. You went to school. You gotta take care of them.
Right. So yeah, that's basically how it went down, man. And like they say, the rest is history.
So let me ask this: when it was good, how good was it?
When it was good, you talking 2005 or 6. When it was good, we were nationally syndicated.
Yeah.
We were probably in like 40 different cities, which was unheard of.
Yeah.
For guys that just came off the street, basically talking sports. We had our own show on ESPN. We actually did a show. It was a nighttime block of shows. We had our own show on ESPN once a week. And then we also were already doing First Take. At that time, it was Cold Pizza. If you remember that.
Yeah, sure.
So we were going to New York every other weekend, twice a month, going to New York City, staying in Manhattan. And then at some point, during that time as well, I mean, we got Sports Illustrated spread, 8-page story in Sports Illustrated. I mean, y'all know. I don't want to make it sound like I'm bragging or anything. You asked me a question, bro.
No. Look, we need to hear
this. We listening like,
yes. And then, I mean, even kind of, crossed over a little bit and did our own show on TV One, Black Men Revealed. So, yeah, man, we were very, very blessed for many, many years. We actually were on radio here in Atlanta on that particular station. For almost 12 years. Yep. It was a couple months away from 12 years until they showed us the door.
I remember when when they was like, man, Atlanta got a black sports talk show.
And at that time, we were the only all-black sports talk show in America.
Yeah.
And it's not too far different when you're talking about terrestrial radio.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cats doing it online. I'm doing it online now.
Because usually when you had a black guy, he was either the analyst.
Right.
He wasn't leading the show. He was the guy that just gave hey, I used to play football and just talk.
Right.
But to have one talking and one analyst the same show, that was unheard of. Very much so.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
We just warming up, man.
Taking a quick break real quick.
We just warming up.
Man. As you can see, we got story. We got one of the pioneers. I like saying that, man.
One of the reasons we do it.
Hey, man.
No doubt.
Stay with us. It's The Crush.
Yep.
This is Judge Hatchett, and you're listening to The Crush on SSNATL.com.
Well, I finally improved my credit score.
What? The band is about to be discovered. Rock gods don't need to worry about credit scores. We're supposed to think about how many guitars we've smashed, make ridiculous on-tour requests, tragically break up and blame creative differences.
Yeah, I'm not banking my retirement on a band that's never left your garage.
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs, the Georgia Society of CPAs, and the Ad Council.
Are you thinking about getting your GED diploma? Well, here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a number of pep talks that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You know that feeling? People look at you and don't believe in you.
You want some gentle encouragement.
Then you're on your way to your GED diploma and a better life.
But I know they're probably just a little bit nervous. You can find it in yourself to take that first step.
You can improve your future. You can do this. I know you can. You need to start pushing yourself.
Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life.
Hurry up. Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need to get your GED diploma, we've got a pep talk that's right for you. Call 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or visit yourged.org for your pep talk and find free GED classes in your area. GED is a registered trademark of the American Council on Education. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Thanks for asking, but I'd rather not send you nude pictures. I'm camera shy. I already said no. Under my clothes, I'm a robot. My webcam is broken. I'm worried they'll get passed around school. I have a rash. I have nudophobia. I have lizard skin. I'm a vampire, so I don't show up in pictures anyways. Your badgering has really killed the mood.
When someone is pressuring you to do something you don't want to, how many ways can you say no before they get the message? Let us know at that'snotcool.com. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
This is University of Georgia linebacker Demetrius Douglas. You're tuned in to The Crush on Sensation Station Network.
And we're back. Oh, still in the Crush interview with our man Doug Stewart.
Man, you see when I tell the producer, can I get a track?
You got the reel?
Yeah, that's off my mixtape.
Mobb Deep.
Yeah, that ain't Mobb Deep. That's off my mixtape.
Yeah.
We tweaked it a little bit.
Hey, Macy, what number can they call us?
Hey, man, y'all can call the show, man, 678-613-5857.
So, Doug, man, real quick. You our generation, man.
Right.
In 2016, I'm going to switch up a question for both of y'all. The state of hip-hop is
doo-doo.
Garbage.
Nanny. If you're from the low country South Carolina, they use a term called nanny. Man, y'all seen that video of the young homie Quan?
Yeah. Which one?
The video when he was trying to freestyle?
The 15-minute freestyle.
And no disrespect for these young cats getting their money. I'm not mad at them for that, but garbage, man.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Garbage. I mean, there's just no other way to say it.
Hot garbage.
And then the dude gave him Tupac beat. And I was like, this is disrespectful.
This is very disrespectful.
just let him go acapella.
Yeah, man. Don't use certain beats.
Because you know what, we old school, and you guys are about my age. You're a little bit younger than me, but I mean, I grew up in a time where a part of being an MC was freestyling.
You had to if you couldn't freestyle, you didn't get respected.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, and so the best rappers in my mind have to have a little bit of ability to freestyle. They got to be able to move the crowd. You know, MC two ways.
Oh yeah.
And to see these cats in these skinny jeans and
it's not hip hop.
You know, wearing makeup and can't able to ride a beat is just it's disrespectful to the art. It is. There's just no other way to look at it.
If you can't sit there and spit 16, man, it's like you just What are you doing?
But here's the thing: even if you're not the best freestyler in the world, you should know at some point somebody's gonna put you on the spot.
Got to
do a freestyle. So you should have something in your mind.
You got to have 32 ready.
You got to have 32, 64 ready.
You got to have them ready. Like off an album that ain't gonna never be released. You did a song 4 years ago.
That's kind of part of your job description.
Oh yeah.
You a rapper.
Yeah.
And you on TV every other day. You doing videos.
Yeah.
You should be able to rap at the drop of a dime, right?
And if you can't freestyle, just tell the dude, hey, when you get to the studio, hey, look, don't ask me to freestyle.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Right. Say I don't freestyle. I only paste out.
Yeah.
Say that crap. Say that beat.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is like all these guys are bragging about. You know, I don't write. Like that's tragic.
Right.
No, you shouldn't brag about that.
Yeah, you should be right. If that's what you giving us.
One of the saddest things I ever heard was Walker Flock like, man, all right. I ain't no flow. I ain't no lyricist. I'm like,
Like, that's the stuff that you keep to yourself.
Don't say that.
Don't tell anybody that.
Don't tell
My
nobody
mom
that.
used to say that to us all
Don't
the
tell
time.
nobody.
Don't tell nobody that.
I just heard that Mobb Deep. I had to go into it, man. I'm just sitting there like.
So back to sports.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
I'll take the hip hop way low. So the Sports Illustrated, they call telling you're gonna get an article.
Right.
What was just that like? Just the whole process.
Well, I mean, we thought that it would be like part of a bigger story, and it was part of a bigger story. They were talking about sports talk shows in the country.
Yeah.
But when the final copy came out, the story was about us.
Yeah, y'all were the cover of the story.
Right, and they had a small part in it, like 1 page out of the 8 or 9 pages about, the other ranked sports talk shows that year. Like that year, there was some award given out to the sports talk show of the year.
Mm-hmm.
We actually got that.
Yeah, y'all got it.
And that was kind of in culmination with that Sports Illustrated issue. So, yeah, man. I mean, yeah, we did it real big.
Did it hurt or help y'all?
Oh, it helped. It definitely helped because, I mean, the phone rang a lot. I mean, we got the opportunity to do a lot of things. We made a lot of good money. I mean, I tell people all the time, I'm blessed and highly favored, bruh. It's been 3 years. It's been over 3 years since we got paychecks. And we okay. We living, we eating,
Good.
Bills being paid. I just put my second daughter in college.
Yeah.
So we were very smart with our money. Tucked away a lot of money for a rainy day.
That mortgage background don't hurt either, though.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I got a business background. I'm a business major out of college at South Carolina State University. And so we had good financial managers. And we've been blessed. I mean, but at some point here, I'm going to have to start driving Uber or something like that just until I get a job. And I'm doing my own thing right now, and I really see the vision on that. Me and the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network and my own show, the Doug Stewart Show. I really see the vision in that, but it needs to happen a little bit faster. I need to start making some substantial money.
So the wife ain't looking at you.
Because if not, all my little savings that I put away over these years, going to be gone, and then you're going to see me in Walmart being the greeting guy. And that'll be tragic. Hey, aren't you one of the stews?
Because we're going to keep looking like, nah, that ain't.
I know it.
Nah,
so, but that's coming, though. But we blessed, though, man, and had a great ride. Did a lot of big things. And we hear these stories from guys like y'all all the time that are in radio, do online radio shows, that we were kind of like, the reason why they took a plunge to try to do radio, sports talk radio. So
when we first started, man, the first thing we had Chuck D's.
Oh yeah, welcome to the
Territory. We had that start. That was kind of like that's homage. That's how we paying homage. We were paying homage there, man.
Oh, you're paying homage. And what would be funny with folks like, now y'all biting. I'm like, no. If you listen to the show, you understand we're paying homage, and that's what it became.
I
like,
appreciate that.
Oh they not.
But you know what? We never trip off or anything like that because, truth be told, man, I mean, 90% of these cats on radio that are on terrestrial radio, they picked a lot of stuff from our shows and what we did. Like nobody was on radio playing hip hop on AM radio.
Yeah.
Nobody on AM radio was playing hip hop music. Yeah. Having barbershop type conversations like me and my brother did before us. Yeah. Nobody. And I mean, you can take it back to, any of these national cats now. That's Stephen A. Smith. That's Mike and Jamil. Good people. All of them are good people. But nobody did it like us, from the very beginning.
And that's what people don't understand too. You don't get what's the show called? Not Mike, but
His and Hers.
Right. Without shows like The Stew.
No.
Right.
Because you ain't going to see two black people up there talking sports.
Right.
That ain't happening.
It's viable. It was shown to be viable, man. We had some of the biggest sponsors for many, many years.
Oh, yeah.
And so, yeah.
The Crown Royal jerseys.
Yeah. Shouts out to Crown Royal, who paid the bills for many years. Yes, sir.
Crown Royal was a friend to a lot of people, man. A lot of people, man. Hey, so, man, before we come back, man, I want you to think about a few things. We've talked about it a little bit, but how would you describe, how do you feel about your legacy?
Okay.
We're going to talk about that. And we got some more things we got to talk about because...
Yeah, I got a whole page.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's going down.
We're going to try to get rich to this one day, but we're going to keep talking. Hey, man, hip-hop, I'm sorry. To my daughter who's listening.
She don't even get it, though.
It's garbage, baby. I'm sorry.
She don't even get it.
Hot garbage.
She don't even get it.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Yep.
Well, I finally did it. I opened a 401k. What? Why? Just wait for the inheritance. We've definitely got a rich uncle somewhere. We're one call away from the winner's circle at the Derby, dinners with multiple forks, a vacation home in the country, using summer as a verb.
You don't actually think that, do you?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs, the Georgia Society of CPAs, and the Ad Council.
You know you're listening to the dopest show on the airwaves, right?
You're my boy!
It's the Crush. SSNATL.com.
Thank you, sir.
It takes 12 years to create a graduate. It takes about the same time to create a dropout. And at the end of the day, the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be you. So United Way is asking you to make a pledge. Tutor a child who needs help. Mentor a kid who needs someone on their side. Volunteer to read to children. Because when a child advances, we all advance. Be a reader, tutor or mentor. Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United. Take the pledge now at liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Thanks for asking, but I'd rather not send you nude pictures. I'm camera shy. I already said no. Under my clothes, I'm a robot. My webcam is broken. I'm worried they'll get passed around school. I have a rash. I have nudophobia. I have lizard skin. I'm a vampire, so I don't show up in pictures anyways. Your badgering has really killed the mood.
When someone is pressuring you to do something you don't want to, how many ways can you say no before they get the message? Let us know at that'snotcool.com. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Yeah, what's going on? It's Mr. Butterlove himself, and you're locked into the Sensation Station. You know what it is. SSN like Social Security Network, but it's a Sensation Station Network. SSNATL.com. Log in, do something, keep it locked. Fly with the Crush guy.
Shout out to RL. Yes, sir. As we come back from break, man.
Can't wait. Can't wait. They do the unsung.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see that, man.
Well, he snuck that in on us.
Oh, but yeah. Who?
Nick's got an unsung coming out.
RL from Knicks.
Yeah.
Too close.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. They got RL. Because I made a mistake and said, RL from Knicks. Well, he quickly on Twitter. Yeah. Formerly of Knicks.
Please throw the formally in.
Oh, my bad, bro.
Please throw
Shout
the
out to you, RL, man. So back to what we asked before we left the break, man. How do you feel about your legacy? Do you understand what y'all created?
Well, I do, man, because like on my network, we've got like 5 other shows, and 4 to 5 shows are from guys that listen to us, and they always tell me whenever I have this discussion, man, you're the reason why, I wanted to get in the radio. Same, things that you guys said when I came in here today. And so we were like called for many, many years. A lot of people used to call us the Jackie Robinsons of sports talk radio. Mm-hmm. And like I thought about that, and like I said earlier, we were the first all-black sports talk show, host and co-host at that time in the country. And so we're talking 2001. And once again, we showed that it was viable, man. And there's been a lot of people that do a lot of great work on TV and on radio, but nobody had the type show, once again, where the phrase that we coined, I believe we coined it, barbershop sports talk. Right? Yeah. Nobody did that before the 2 Live Studios. And so people stop me in the airports all the time, man. I love you guys. Where y'all at? Why y'all not back on radio? Why are you not on ESPN? And I couldn't even start to answer those questions, but we get much love in them streets. Like I'm sure y'all are Wire fans, right? You remember they used to use that term all the time. We get your name rings out in the streets.
Ring out, yeah.
Our name rings out in the streets.
Marlo wanted his name to ring out. That way, try to take Avon out.
That's it.
Take Avon out.
Marlo didn't play that, boy. Marlo didn't play that.
Now you guys' trips to ESPN, it's a classic YouTube clip out there where y'all just go in on Skip.
Right.
Did y'all realize, watching Skip now, what do you see and knowing the battles that you guys used to have? Y'all used to give him hell.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's very sensitive. And I don't think he's a bad guy. He just is different. He just comes from a different place than we do.
Yeah.
He's from a little small town in Oklahoma, and we're from small towns, but I guess our backgrounds and the places we travel and the people that we know and the things that we've done in our life, Skip just comes from a different world.
Yeah. Right?
And so he's wrong usually, and I think a lot of times he's just playing radio.
Oh, I say that all the time.
Radio and TV, but I mean, he's just weird, man. I mean, he all right. But him and Stephen A are boys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's just weird, man.
He took care of Steve when Steve was out there for a minute.
Yeah.
He brought him back. So
yeah.
Watch those things, man. Stay with us, man. Like I say, man, we got time.
Y'all got 3-minute segments. That's cool.
Yeah. I pay some bills. Right?
Yes, sir. You better do that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Buckhead Studio don't pay for itself now. Hey, man. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Yep.
Vince Lombardi once said that it's hard to be aggressive when you're confused. Some of us think that taking our lives to the next level, both personally and professionally, is a confusing and complicated process. Guess what? It's not, and I can prove it. My book, Truisms, will show you how living your life by rules that are so self-evident and obvious, you'll say, I knew that. This powerful yet short, detailed bestseller is on sale right now, under $10. Go to michaelmcfadden.com. That's michaelmcfadden.com, and let Truisms help you to the next level.
You do your thing, all right? Don't be nervous, okay? It's easy.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
I say that to say this. If you wouldn't have did what you would have did, then we wouldn't have been where we was at to get what we got.
That just don't make no sense, dog.
It's The Crush on SSNATL.com.
I am an American soldier. I'm a warrior and a member of a team. I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values.
I will never accept defeat.
I will never quit.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
I am disciplined.
I am disciplined.
Physically and mentally tough.
Trained and proficient in my warrior tasks and drills.
I always maintain my arms, my equipment, and myself.
I am an expert, and I am a professional.
I stand ready to deploy, engage, and destroy the
enemies of the United States of America in close combat.
I am a guardian of freedom and the American way of life.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
There's strong, and there's Army strong. See what it takes at GoArmy.com.
Hey, we're back. We still doing our interview. Down with the king. Oh, hey. Wow. Hey, we still interviewing our man, Doug Stewart. So, Doug, one of the funniest stories y'all ever told on air, man, was when you put the sugar in your uncle's tank.
Well, Ryan actually did that. Yeah.
But the funny part to me, and I know we are in a sensitive society now, but when y'all both said your mama whooped you to sleep.
Yeah, whooped us to sleep. And she whooped me just because I didn't stop him.
Oh, no doubt.
I didn't even know.
Big brother
I didn't know he was out there doing that.
Yeah, that's the big brother syndrome.
Yeah, so long story short, my uncle from New York, my mother's brother, had just moved back to South Carolina. He'd been in New York for 20-something years. You know, he high roller. You know, he's the type dude that wore suits everywhere. Yeah. He wore a fedora everywhere, and he had a brand new Lincoln Continental. Oh. So we at my grandmother's house, we outside playing, and she lives on a dirt road. We from the country. And Ryan puts a handful of dirt in his gas tank and destroys the engine. Destroys the engine. Brand new, was still shining. And he got beat to sleep. I'll never forget that beat. Like, damn, you getting beat, didn't you? Oh, I'm glad that ain't me. Yeah. But that was back in the day. You could beat your kids out the open. Nobody would say nothing. Matter of fact, let me jump in. Let me beat them too. That can never happen today.
Play tag team.
Right. You beat him a little bit, I'll beat him another little bit.
Did your uncle cry?
Oh, no, my uncle was mad. I mean, but we were kids. I mean, Ryan probably was 7 years old, but they didn't care.
Oh,
you should have known better. Yeah. We don't care. You 6?
You know only one thing going in the gas tank. Gas.
Right. How could you even think that, boy?
And that's the funny part. You got a kid like.
Right. Made sense to him. Made sense to him, man.
One of my favorite, boy. What that was.
It's crazy how y'all remember, and people always stop and talk about stories that we tell on the show. Because if you've never listened to my show or the 2 Live Stews, if you're listening right now to the Crush Brothers, we tell a lot of stories.
Oh yeah,
take you back to our hometown. Yeah. People like that type of stuff, man.
I always said if I ever met him, I'm gonna tell one of y'all about that story that had me. I literally pulled the car over because I've been beat to sleep once.
Right.
And I understand it. That's why it was funny.
But that's what made the show so real. Because I can remember at the time I was working Coca-Cola, and I would like hurry up and finish my route.
Right.
I'm like, dude, I don't need no interruptions. When the Stews came on, I need to hit a drop so I can be heading home, and I can catch all of the show.
Because the time when y'all would stop. Hold on.
Right.
And welcome to the Tear Down. It was like everybody had to do that, man.
Right. Yeah.
It was crazy because when you guys were on, you guys used to go to Super Bowl and do Radio Row all the time.
Right, every year.
And it was like you guys had got to a point where like people would come seek y'all out.
Oh, yeah.
Because like
Oh, yeah.
Jerry Rice, you and Jerry Rice always had like some of the best Super Bowl interviews.
Right. Yeah.
How was it like just interviewing all these guys? Because they would always stop by to talk to you guys.
Right, like 7 or 8 years in a row, man, we went to the Super Bowl. And, after the first couple of years, it was the situation where, they came and sought us out.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think a lot of it had to do with they were just happy to see somebody else do it. And they know they weren't going to sit down and they weren't going to get ambushed with some crazy questions or... they could be able to relate to us because of who we are. Yeah. And so I think a lot of it had to do with it was just, it was a different vibe, than everybody else on Radio Row at Super Bowl. Yeah. We just had fun, man, and kicked it and talked about strip clubs and
because you and Revis had a back and forth. You don't like Coach Ryan. You don't like, you don't like Rex Ryan.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah. And both y'all, him and Ryan were like,
defend Rex Ryan.
They love
cows come home.
Yeah,
like he's a buffoon.
Yeah, boy.
Like I don't get the Rex Ryan phenomenon. I just don't get it.
He is king of the press conference. He gonna win a press conference.
He gonna win a press conference.
That's it.
Well, he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Buffalo always be 79, 88, and they press conference gonna be 5.
Oh yeah. And Atlanta almost made that mistake and hired him.
Yeah,
like they were real
huge
close.
Mistake. Yeah, and I like Dan Quinn. I think it's going to take a minute, but for him to get the right players in there to operate a system.
Hey, we got to take another break. Hey, can you stay around for one more second?
Yeah, I can stay around.
Yeah, man, we got because this is the long one.
We got our guy, man.
Okay,
we gonna get him. And you know what? We can't ask him the question.
Why not?
Because we know
because he's a Laker fan. So you can't
even
get the question.
Man, ask me about the Lakers. Ask me.
We already know. Yeah, because
we'll talk about we can't. But we'll talk about it.
We're going to talk about the Lakers, though.
Yeah. No doubt.
Yeah. All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Well, I finally did it. My student loan is totally paid off.
What? What about our plan to win the lottery and start living? Travel the world on matching yachts, wear enough jewelry to require a bodyguard, vacation on the French Riviera, and then buy it.
You know we're never going to win the lottery, right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs, the Georgia Society of CPAs, and the Ad Council.
Coming to Tampa Bay, I said we want to win a Super Bowl, and I believe we will.
From IamSecond.com.
We came close, but never really did win that championship.
Former NFL head coach Tony Dungy.
At the end of my 6th year, I was fired, and it was one of the biggest disappointments of my life. Next year, I'm in Indianapolis, get to the playoffs, but get knocked out again. And for the next couple of years, it's the same thing. Everyone is saying Colts are never going to win one. And I did wonder, why didn't it pan out the way I thought it would? But I determined that I had to have Christ first, and that everything else came below that, including my own desires. The next year, that ended up being our year to go to the Super Bowl and win it, and it was a wonderful feeling. Every decision I make, I'm going to make it through the lens of Jesus Christ, and He'd guide us to that ultimate victory. I'm Tony Dungy, and I am second.
Thanks for asking, but I'd rather not send you nude pictures. I'm camera shy. I already said no. Under my clothes, I'm a robot. My webcam is broken. I'm worried they'll get passed around school. I have a rash. I have nudophobia. I have lizard skin. I'm a vampire, so I don't show up in pictures anyways. Your badgering has really killed the mood.
When someone is pressuring you to do something you don't want to, how many ways can you say no before they get the message? Let us know at that'snotcool.com. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy Killer Mike, Killer Kid from the Ville. You're checking me out right now on the Sensation Station Network. Make sure you tune in, suckers.
And we're back. Shout out to Killer Mike, man. Still doing his thing. He got all political and everything.
He was in Orangeburg this weekend.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he was at Clapham College.
Yeah, he doing his thing. He came in. He told us he was gonna do it.
Yeah, he said he was gonna be a true factor.
Y'all talk politics around here?
Oh, yeah, man, we do it all.
Okay. You're not supposed to.
Yeah.
I mean, that was one of the first things we were told, but.
Man, we get Killer Mike in here. We were like.
I'm conflicted about Hillary or Bernie, man.
Yeah.
I'm conflicted, man. Like one time I hear Bernie did all this, then somebody say no he didn't,
and then they refute it.
Yeah.
And you
somebody said something about Hillary, and then they say no she didn't.
Yeah. Now you started to see pictures of Bernie's in the crowd. You're like, is that really him, or did he put it face in there?
Right. Because like you say, I seen the episode of The Wire when Carcetti, they made that last second ditch to get Carcetti out. Hey, man, they ain't playing no games.
Yeah,
politics dirty.
Yeah. Hey, man, we're going into the Crush right now, brought to you by Parish Capital. He was on Fox News this week.
Hey, man, our boy Teddy P do it big.
This week, yeah.
Yes, sir.
At Parish Capital, we can help you achieve your financial goals, provide high-quality advisory service, and making smart investment decisions. Go to Parish Capital. That's PARRISH, capital with an A.com for more information. We're going into the Crush rundown, and we're going to keep it with our man, Doug, who's in the building.
Yeah, the rundown about Doug.
So, Doug, real quick, man. So, what was that interview that you did that y'all were like, okay, we in it? Because we done had a few. We had Judge Hatchett in here. We were kind of looking at each other like,
ass Judge Hatchett?
We had up in here. Talking, she on the
How old is she?
She was on the Falcons board and everything. Shocked us.
Wow. Okay, that's a good one.
And she know sports.
Yeah.
The biggest interview we had, man, we had O.J. Simpson in the studio for like 2 hours.
Wow.
Which was
remember
crazy.
that.
And that was kind of like on a whim. Our mentor in the game, we call him Ryan Cameron, had a celebrity golf tournament that weekend. And this was 10 years after the whole murder trial.
Yeah.
And O.J. Simpson, till this day, is my favorite athlete of all time.
Wow.
You know, I wore number 32 as a kid.
Yeah.
O.J., like, people don't understand.
People
LeBron's
don't
big,
get it. They don't get
LeBron is big. And,
They don't get it.
You know, Curry is big. But O.J. Simpson back in 1978
OJ had all
was
rotation.
mythical.
Rotation.
I didn't know nothing about car rental, but I knew Hertz was that deal.
That's
right. They got OJ in there.
Listen, when I got my first pair of dingo boots, boy, you couldn't tell me. You couldn't tell me I wasn't OJ.
Right. So we had OJ in studio. Ryan brought him through. They were riding around in Atlanta. Ryan called us up during the break. He was like, "You want us to bring OJ through?" Like, what? Yeah. And so he came in, man, and for 2 hours, and it was crazy.
I remember that
I was starstruck. That's like the only person we've interviewed. Anybody you can think of, bro. We've interviewed them.
Yeah.
But that was like one of the only times I've been starstruck in my life. The other time is when I met Ric Flair.
Nature Boy.
When the great Nature Boy. The Nature Boy came to my hometown, that was big too.
I bumped into Ric Flair when I was living in Charlotte. Bumped into Ric Flair at the gas station.
Right.
And almost lost my mind.
Yes, sir. Like
Because that's Slick Rick.
That's Slick Rick. That's
wow.
Slick Rick. Yeah.
And he still to this day, the voice alone.
Right.
Just makes you.
Once they give you that stride and hit you with a woo, dude, it's official.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's classic. It's classic. But yeah, probably OJ. We had OJ once again in the studio for like 2 hours. We interviewed
That's dope.
Michael Irvin one time for like 2 hours, extended interview, which, you know, Michael Irvin is raw.
Yeah.
Like, this was back before he had been doing a lot of TV, so he was raw and uncut.
Yeah, because Mike did that. Because when you get Mike on the radio, I used to listen and be like,
oh, Mike turned.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he definitely turned.
Yeah, Mike turned.
Yeah, man.
That's all he know.
So you are doing it on your own now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so what made you get back in it?
Well, I mean, because the phone wasn't ringing, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm brutally honest about this thing, man. Like, everybody is, you know, speculating why we haven't been back on radio, and I don't know. I couldn't even start to tell you why. I mean, you know, you guys are blackballed. Who did you piss off?
Yeah.
And we don't know. We honestly don't know. I mean, it's crazy because all of the cast that we work with at the other station, all of them have jobs.
Yep.
All of them have jobs in this city.
Yep.
You know, and it's not us saying this. It's documented.
Yeah.
We dominated the ratings for pretty much close to 10 years.
And even guys who classless jokes that got them fired.
Right.
Are now over at the competition.
Yeah. And nothing against those guys, but I mean, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, definitely.
And not just here in Atlanta, you know, abroad as well. If you're talking about outside Atlanta, I mean, I think we should have jobs. I mean, we were.
Oh, no doubt.
We were pretty, you know.
Dude, everybody don't get.
We did.
Everybody don't get syndicated.
Yeah.
Everybody don't get syndicated. That speaks volumes right there. And like you say, it's two black guys.
Yeah.
Who are dominating.
So I don't know, man. I don't know what it is. But the reason I started doing the show is because I felt like I needed to be in practice and I need to, you know, be doing this. And then after, a couple of months and after a year, and we started broadcasting other shows, I started saying, man, this thing could really work, because I do believe this is the future. Online radio is the future. And within 5 years, I read a story that, every car that comes off the assembly line is going to have digital radio and online Wi-Fi capability.
Yeah, I saw Chevy with that first commercial. I was like,
yeah,
okay, here it comes.
That's
the move right there.
And so
that's the move.
I think in 10 years, man, terrestrial radio, AM, FM is going to be the thing of the past. Yeah. So I like the direction we're going. I really think that if we just keep with it, and I don't run out of my savings, that we'll be able to sustain ourselves. Yeah. And continue to put quality product out there and content out there on the radio, on online radio.
So how haven't y'all lost y'all mind yet? Because everybody who's a fan of the, fans of the show be like, there's some, you know what I'm saying?
Because one of the things I kept getting, and when I reached out to you,
right,
everybody like, dude, y'all got to get the stews on.
Right.
I'm like, dude, we going to get them. Yeah. Dude, you got to get the stews on. Like, dude, we going to get them. Yeah. It's going to happen.
And, man, I can't even sit here and lie to you and tell you that, like, I'm bewildered, bro.
Yeah,
like,
you got to be.
Like, I don't know. Like, when a year passed by, I says, man, which one of these dudes' wives did you sleep with? I'd be like, my brother. Like, who did you piss off?
Because what was funny, at first, again, people who understand radio, first we was like, okay, once the non-compete run out, okay, but then you like, okay, a year now.
Bruh.
I know they ain't got no 2-year non-compete. What kind of deal they signed?
Our non-compete was like 6 months after we left.
Oh, that's crazy.
The station. We had to wait 6 months. Mm-hmm. And, like, I envision us having like 5 or 6 companies like in a bidding war.
Yeah.
Not only did that not happen, and then a year passed by, then 2 years passed by, and 3 years has passed by, bro.
Yeah.
And once again, this isn't me just bragging on something that we did that we thought was good.
The numbers don't
You
lie.
can go back and look at the ratings.
Yeah. The numbers
like
don't
we
lie.
dominated. We dominated. I'm not talking about like we barely beat out our competition.
Oh,
no,
it wasn't even close.
We clearly dominated in ratings. More people listen to the Stews, for a decade than any other sports talk radio station in this city.
But when you real good, when that other station have to talk negative.
Right.
About dude, listen.
Right.
They are talking sports.
Right. and
you guys are boring.
Yeah. And then, cats, from day one, we had haters.
Oh, yeah.
And I hate using that term. We talked about that earlier. But in the truest sense, day one, we had haters. A lot of people didn't like the fact that we talked the way we talked and we played rap music on AM station. AM radio is very conservative radio.
Very conservative.
Your Neil Bortz of the world and your Rush Limbaugh come on right before us.
Especially in Atlanta. It's very, very, very
we're in Georgia, so a lot of people didn't like us. A lot of people didn't get it. A lot of people didn't want to get it. A lot of people, they predicted our demise very, very early. Yeah. And then 6 months passed by. Yeah. And then a year passed by. And then 5 years passed by. And we got constant hate mail. And I'm like, dude, we've been on radio for 10 years. What don't you get?
Yeah. But what was funny, and we were talking about in between the break, they used to have the NFC, AFC championship party.
Right.
Everybody came for you guys. And you guys end up getting your own thing. The Super Bowl parties.
Yeah.
Like, say, at Opera. I mean, and their parties were nowhere near what you guys were doing. And that's part of it.
A lot of that type of stuff was very awkward, bro. That we actually, like, our listeners kind of, like, took over some of the station signature events.
I was at the one at the Tabernacle at that time.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a lot of us.
Real quick, what was the question, Erica?
Erica, our NFL girl, she wanted... everybody know about the famous story. You guys go to Philly,
right?
See the game, and somebody get the hat taken.
Right, yeah. That whole story, that whole talk about Philadelphia fans are crazy.
True.
It's real.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's very real. And we literally almost got into like 3 or 4 fights. Somebody snatched my brother's hat off. When them Italian dudes snatched my brother's hat off, they're very bold around there too. Like we weren't used to that. Yeah. We weren't used to Italian Caucasian brothers like stepping to us like that. And so like, wait a minute, this are we in Bizarro?
They must be down with Tony Soprano.
Right. So a cat snatched my brother hat off, and he turned around. You know, Ryan, he
not no little fella. Yeah.
Ryan pushed the guy. He like rolled down the aisle, and he got back up, and it was 5 of his boys, and they were coming towards. You know, they had this was at the vet.
Yeah.
They had the jail underneath the stadium.
Yeah, no doubt.
So we were going to jail, and right before we started throwing blows, the police came in and broke it up, and we sat at our seat. I had to use the bathroom. I just held it because I didn't want to go to the bathroom, man. It was so bad. I can't even explain to y'all how bad it was, bruh. Like, I had never been that scared in my life that they were going to kill us. We're going to kill y'all ninjas.
Tony Soprano waiting out there. Yeah.
It was bad, bro.
He had to escalate outside.
That's real. And they told us all week, don't wear no Falcon stuff.
I remember that because y'all were like, oh, we wearing our stuff.
You're scared? What are you talking about? We're going to wear our stuff. Never do it again.
Yeah.
They convinced us.
We about to take a quick station identification, man. We still with our man, Doug Stewart. Stay with us.
That's real.
The dream of the future, brought to reality by Sensation Station Network.
This is Bobby Yalla.
This is Judge Hatchett.
Lamar Batman Carroll.
Yo,
this is Teddy Parrott.
This is Keon Carpenter, former Atlanta Falcon. You are tuned into The Crush on
Sensation Station Network.
We back. We still doing the Crush rundown, man. Brought to you by the Paris Capital, man.
This is a wild boy right here, man.
Real talk, man. Real talk.
This is a wild boy right here.
The Italian style. Everybody think they rocky around here. You know, Philadelphia.
Mob ties, baby.
Yeah. Oh, boy, you sound like Eddie Murphy when he was in Raw to my boy. You just watched Rocky, did you?
Right.
You just watched Rocky, did you?
You ain't Sylvester Stallone. So name ain't Italian Stallion.
So another one of my favorite skits that you guys used to always do. Jorge.
Oh, yeah. And that's another thing. I don't know. I'm not going to take credit for that type of stuff. We came up with it as a show.
Okay.
But that's another thing that separated us and the cats that were hardcore sports purists. They hated when we did stuff outside of sports. We always said from day one that we were going to be sports entertainment guy talk.
Yeah.
You know, we never said that we were going to just keep it straight to sports. We were on Sports Talk Station, but cats hated when we did bits like that. Yeah. You know, we had several bits. Yeah. You know, we had Jorge, our nephew Jorge. Yeah. Ryan had from a relationship that he had when he was in the NFL in Miami. Bastard nephew. Yao Ming used to call the show. The Big Show used to call us.
You know who was classic though?
Who?
Your grandmama.
Oh, that's old school, right? We actually used to do the grandmother thing like the first year, and after the first year, the dude that did the it was a dude that did the grandmama voice. The dude that did the grandmama voice wanted to go back to the negotiating table. He's like, man, we ain't got no money to pay you, man. Just do the grandmama when you got a break at your job. Nah, I need some money. And so grandma went away. Everybody always asks, what your grandma? Grandma wanted more money.
Grandma wanted to go to the negotiating table.
Grandma was trying to punk us.
And again, when you talk about groundbreaking trends,
right.
Like L. Duncan started with you guys.
Oh man, L. Duncan. We had several ladies that came in and did an entertainment report that went on to do bigger jobs. L right now is like the bee's knees in Boston.
Yeah, she's killing it.
WEEI.
Yeah.
And man, we put a lot of cats on. And man, we did a lot of great things, man. And once again, we get much love in the streets, just like y'all talking to me right now about the good old days. People always stop us and talk about the good old days of the stews.
I would always remember this, that grandma wanted more money. Grandma was negotiating.
Oh, she was negotiating, girl. That was real. Because it was a great bit. And remember, that was only like the first year.
Yeah, I know. It was early.
The fact that you brought that up, you old school. You 2001, 2002 stews listener.
I didn't know grandma wanted more money.
Oh, grandma wanted more money. You're like, man, we ain't got it. We ain't got it. We just started, grandma.
Dude, just stay down.
Right.
Give us a few years.
Just stay down, man. You see what's going on.
Right.
Just stay down.
Just work with us.
Oh, man.
And years later, this is one of my boys actually that did it. Years later, he's like, man, I should have stuck with doing grandma with y'all. Yeah, you should have, man.
He didn't give it a year. I want more money.
Right.
Just starting this
come
thing,
on.
man.
I mean, come on, dude. We ain't got no sponsors yet.
Right.
Come on, dog.
Right.
We working on some
scrapping, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We scrapping.
Okay.
Y'all were going to say something about the Lakers.
Oh, yeah. So I set it up since I'm ahead.
You talking about the 16-time world champion? The Lakers like Ric Flair of the NBA. 16-time world champion.
They like Ric Flair now. Out of the business.
Why you got to bring up old stuff? Why you got to bring up old stuff?
So we always
31-time conference champion.
They don't understand.
I know the numbers.
Yeah. So it's always the Kobe LeBron debate. And
what's the debate?
That's what I always say. I'm gonna let you finish that.
Hey man, LeBron don't have that killer instinct.
Yeah. He's not a killer.
You can't put LeBron in the same category as Kobe and Mike because LeBron ain't the
own
killer.
Player, man.
He's not the killer
that Kobe.
But he's not the killer. He's not the killer that Kobe
was
and
Pippen
Jordan
for
were.
3 years.
He was what?
He was Pippen.
What?
Shaq was the man. Here you go.
Okay.
Doug, will y'all quit swinging on this man right now?
I mean,
he's a snitch.
There you go.
I said it. OJ did it. I said it.
You can't let bygones be bygones. The man was scared. The man was scared, and Shaq used to buy his hoes. That's what he was scared. He wouldn't have done it again if he had the opportunity to change that. Let that go. Shaq done forgave the man. Why can't you forgive him?
Can't do it. I watched too much of The Wire. I watched too much of The Wire growing. I watched too much of The Wire, man. I can't do it.
Wow.
Hey,
man, you better than that,
I
bro.
know, man. I know. I'm petty.
I keep trying to tell you, dog. Man.
Whatever, man.
You know good and well LeBron don't have that killing instinct like Mike and Kobe.
We'll see what he do in his 30s.
5 for 47 when the game on the line.
This another year gonna pass by without a ring. They're not winning it this year.
He'll never get another one.
ESPN is in their high yellow phase right now. They really trying to push
they
that.
definitely.
Hey, we'll be right back. Stay with us, man.
Well, I finally did it. My student loan is totally paid off.
What? What about our plan to win the lottery and start living? You know, travel the world on matching yachts, wear enough jewelry to require a bodyguard, vacation on the French Riviera, and then buy it.
You know we're never going to win the lottery, right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs, the Georgia Society of CPAs, and the Ad Council.
I am an American soldier.
I'm a warrior and a member of a team.
I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values.
I will always place this first.
I will never accept defeat.
I will never accept defeat.
I will never quit. I will never leave a fallen comrade. I am disciplined.
I am disciplined.
Physically and mentally tough.
Trained and proficient in my warrior task and drill.
I always maintain my arms, my equipment, and myself.
I am an expert and I am a professional.
I stand ready to deploy, engage, and destroy the
Enemies of the United States of America in close combat.
I am a guardian of freedom and the American way of life.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
There's strong, and there's Army strong. See what it takes at GoArmy.com.
Thanks for asking, but I'd rather not send you nude pictures. I'm camera shy. I already said no. Under my clothes, I'm a robot. My webcam is broken. I'm worried they'll get passed around school. I have a rash. I have nudophobia. I have lizard skin. I'm a vampire, so I don't show up in pictures anyways. Your badgering has really killed the mood.
When someone is pressuring you to do something you don't want to, how many ways can you say no before they get the message? Let us know at that'snotcool.com. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
This is Robert Hicks, ex-NFL football player and actor with The Blind Side, and you're with The Crush at ssnatl.com, Sensation Station Network.
Really, Mace? Really, Glaze? Really, Crush fans? This is the section of the show where we question the intelligence of our sports brethren. And we back, man. We still here with our man, Doug, man. We're going to our segment called Really, Man, because some of y'all out there just don't really, I don't understand y'all sometimes.
Some of y'all didn't make my cutoff time. I just couldn't continue.
Y'all keep doing stories.
Yeah, I couldn't continue.
You want to start it, Mace? You want me to, dog?
I'll start, man.
Go ahead, bro.
NFL Network. Y'all really going to leave the microphones hot as Daniel Jeremiah and Coach Billick just rip kids.
They ripping them.
I mean, just ripping the kids.
Yeah.
Yo, so what if he goes to the Cleveland Browns? Like, Really, y'all, you guys be professional, man. Understand you're doing live TV.
Mike is always
the
hot.
mic could always be hot. Y'all are better than that. You know I know. So really, NFL Network and Coach Philly.
That's rule number one in the game.
Yes.
Mike is always hot.
The mic is always hot.
Yeah.
Really, ACC, y'all gonna let Grayson Allen just keep tripping people up?
Right.
Let him just trip them up and we reprimanded him.
Yeah. It's
what
Duke,
does that
baby.
mean?
It's Duke.
Right.
So the kid in what was the school he was at? Jamal
Florida State.
Oregon State.
Yeah.
Florida State.
Yeah. He tripped up a guy.
Oh yeah.
He out 4 games.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about another story.
Oregon State,
right,
yeah.
Right.
But Grayson tripping cats every game.
Boy.
And maliciously.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like it was not like something small.
Oh yeah.
Like he,
turnover.
Like
he
he almost
trip you
fell
up.
down trying to trip the dude up.
And you say we're gonna reprimand him.
That's Duke though.
Really, ACC? You gonna be that blatant with it? What you got, Mason?
Hey man, NFL Network, one more time. Really, y'all gonna just show my man's package and then show it again? Chris Jones, the lineman from Mississippi State, ran out of his shorts.
Yeah.
They gave him the Nicky showed me gave him the Michael Jordan treatment, the Michael Jordan cry meme.
Yeah.
But really, NFL Network, y'all gonna show it twice? Censor it out, man.
Yeah.
Don't nobody want to see that.
They showed it twice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They replayed it.
They replayed it.
Then he fell on top of it. That hurt.
And slid.
And then he gonna say, my is out.
Yeah.
He fell out.
So wait a minute, this dude didn't have a jock on?
We don't know what he had.
Right.
And
I guess that's an inappropriate question.
But no, clearly he didn't have one on.
Right.
Really, NFL Network.
Brian Cox. You really still beating up people? It's 50 now, Brian.
You've been out of the league 10 years, bro.
You got a son playing for Florida, man.
He's still a dog, man.
But you got to beat up scouts now.
He's still a dog.
Your time
man.
was up with this kid.
He's still a dog.
Arizona scout was just doing what he's supposed. Hey, come on over here to the Cardinals.
He felt disrespected, though, man.
He said he felt disrespected. And that Brian Cox from the Miami days and Jets days.
Yeah.
He will fight you.
Yeah, for real.
But really, sir, you're a coach now, man.
Hey, man. All
some point you got to grow up.
Yeah, some point. What you got, man?
Man, J.R. Smith. You really going to give your team a speech? Really, J.R. Smith? You a big part of the reason y'all can't win when LeBron sit out. Wild shots, no defense, and you really going to call your teammates out, J.R.? J.R. Smith now. We talking about J.R. Smith now.
Yeah.
I know you
really J.R. Smith.
And y'all need to cut the Steph TV off because J.R. gonna start shooting from half court. Say he can do it,
boy.
I can do it
because you know he walking around town. Y'all know I'm better than Steph, right? Because that's J.R. Smith.
He still talking like he's going to Rikers. I still can do those things, man. Oh, I hate to say this, but Kevin Dorsey, Nate Mason, and Dupree, I think Madrea. Y'all play for the Minnesota Golden Gophers on the basketball squad. But you really gonna put a threesome on Twitter?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
It's social media, man.
They put a threesome on Twitter.
Yeah.
And they got suspended from the team.
Yeah.
Okay. So evidently the young lady was with it then.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But they just decided to...
We're just going to tweet it out.
We're going to tweet it out.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, you really...
Not Snapchat it with it disappear. Hey, put it in the Twitterverse.
And then you try to delete it. No, people fast these days.
Oh, yeah.
People fast.
As soon as you put it out there, but just ask the Queen of Petty over there. soon as it go up, bow.
Yeah.
Screenshot. You done.
It's a wrap.
Done.
And 2 of them were starters.
Yes.
It must have been high. You know, anytime somebody does something silly like that, my grandmother would say, they got to be on drugs. They got to be on drugs. That's the only explanation. Why would you do something like that if you were in your right mind?
In this day and time.
Yeah.
Well, can't nobody hold no secrets.
No.
But y'all put it out there. Hey, man. Clearly there's nothing to do with Tennessee.
You got to think else, man.
Hey, man, I would like to talk about my boy Jalen Strong, man. Really do. You get caught with the weed, man. Then once you get pulled over, man, your homeboy play for the Green Bay Packers, he in the car with you.
Mm-hmm.
And you tell the police, I got 3 more joints. I mean, you got me. He get booked. It's truly NFL offseason now. Yeah. We in full bloom. Arrest coming by the day. Jalen Strong. Dude, Weed is not legal in Arizona, dude.
Yeah, I understand y'all keep listening to your Bob Marley album.
Man, the Kush must be just all that.
If it's worth giving up millions of dollars for,
yeah,
I don't want it.
Because you didn't have the best of seasons.
No.
At all.
No.
Dude, you gotta stop smoking, man. You gonna live longer than your playing career. Don't smoke when you done. Smoke all the Khalifa Kush and all that stuff, man, when it's over.
Then you can grow dreads and the whole thing.
Yeah, man.
It ain't that serious.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Really.
Really. That's how I really, man.
That's how I really, man.
We had to end with that.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, Johnny, don't just stop.
I mean, you know what? We're going to talk about that when we come back. Because me and Doug got the same thought process on this guy.
On who?
Jonathan Football.
Jonathan
Manziel.
Yeah. We don't call him Johnny no more.
He's Jonathan.
We're trying to help him grow up. Jonathan.
It's Jonathan Manziel.
All right.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I am an American soldier.
I'm a warrior and a member of a team. I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values.
I will always place mission first.
I will never accept defeat.
I will never accept defeat.
I will never quit. I will never leave a fallen comrade.
I am disciplined.
I am disciplined.
Physically and mentally tough.
Trained and proficient in my warrior task and drill.
I always maintain my arms, my equipment, and myself.
I am an expert, and I am a professional.
I stand ready to deploy, engage, and destroy the
enemies of the United States of America in close combat.
I am a guardian of freedom and the American way of life.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
There's strong, and there's Army strong. See what it takes at GoArmy.com.
Well, I finally did it. My student loan is totally paid off.
What? What about our plan to win the lottery and start living? You know, travel the world on matching yachts, wear enough jewelry to require a bodyguard, vacation on the French Riviera, and then buy it.
You know we're never going to win the lottery, right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs, the Georgia Society of CPAs, and the Ad Council.
You do your thing, all right? Don't be nervous, okay? It's easy.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
I say that to say this. If you wouldn't have did what you would have did, then we wouldn't have been where we was at to get what we got.
That just don't make no sense, dog.
It's The Crush on SSNATL.com.
And we're back going to the NBA, man. We got to talk NBA with our man Doug.
Because he went ham this morning, boy.
Yeah.
He went ham. And he wasn't even going to spend that much time on the Golden State game.
See, here's the thing, man. Here's the thing about this whole Steph thing. I respect Steph. I think he's the best player in basketball.
Yeah.
But I got an issue with you disrespecting your elders.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like Oscar Robertson gave you an opinion.
Right.
Isaiah Thomas gave you an opinion.
Right. Yeah.
Phil Jackson gave you an opinion. Those guys have forgotten more basketball than the people asking them the questions will ever know.
No doubt.
And somehow they're the bad guys because they gave an honest opinion.
No doubt.
They weren't hating. Yeah. They answered the question.
Right.
They
No
gave
doubt.
you their thoughts on Steph Curry. It wasn't what the media wanted to hear because they have this love affair with Steph Curry.
He the flavor of the
but
month
how
right
can you just try to discredit Oscar Robertson?
Oscar Robertson
walking triple-double.
Walking triple-double.
Walking triple-double.
But nobody else is looking at it from that standpoint, but I do on my show.
Yeah. And that's what was tripping me out, man. I get it. He's the one that got the script on his shoe. He's nice. He got a nice baby.
He's
he
the
brought
media
up there.
darling.
Like I told you today, Glade, he better not get caught out here
right
at the spot.
If he ever get caught,
they gonna have a hard time explaining that.
There'll be some tears on the TV screen if he ever get caught with something.
And I hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah,
It happens all the
no
time.
doubt.
Eugene Robinson.
Oh.
Boy.
Who had a more holier-than-thou name than Eugene Robinson?
Walter Payton Man of the Year.
Come on.
The night before the Super Bowl.
Right.
Yeah.
Either walk. And see, let's talk about the OKC game for a little bit. Because my thing is, I'm looking at that game, and it was exciting as crap.
Yeah.
But here's a couple things I didn't understand. OKC. You really ain't got but two players right now.
That's all.
Because when Kevin goes out, everybody looked at your man,
Russell,
and was like, what you going to do right now?
It's on you, dog.
Yeah.
It's on you.
Because Serge, he got to cut carry or something. Cause
he's a guard now. He done turned to a
he's
flat-out
shooting
guard.
threes. He's posting nobody.
He's a straight guard now.
Right. And then you got to get with the big kid, the white kid. I can't think of his name.
Pollock?
No, the other one. They bring him off the bench. He
Morrison.
No, you talking about that they Mozgov?
No,
did they trade for
OKC. He I can't think of it, Zealy or something like that. But he's
oh yeah.
Oh, Festus Zealy.
Yeah. So y'all.
He plays for Golden State.
He played for Golden State,
right.
but y'all have nothing inside. Golden State still playing. And what was funny about that game is when Draymond went off at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing. And I'm sitting here looking at OKC like, what are y'all doing? Nobody picks Steph up 94 feet.
Right.
You let him dribble and take a shot.
Right.
KD gets 6 fouls. I don't know who he was guarding.
Yeah.
Who was he guarding to get 6 fouls again? Draymond?
Right.
It had to be just reaching.
Yeah.
Not moving his feet.
So I'm looking at this, and I'm like, what's going on? And that's why OKC will be out in the second round.
I can't wait to see who employs the Hacker Curry.
Yeah.
Because somebody's got to do it at some point here soon.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing else that no one's tried.
Yeah. And, and I think, too, the NBA, I think when we go into the playoffs, I think they're going to tell the refs, let some of that stuff go.
Mm-hmm.
Let them push a little bit because it's almost starting to get like utterly ridiculous.
No, it's like a game.
Because you're almost like dude, like nobody's playing defense and nobody's gonna want to watch. People are already on the fence about the NBA.
Right.
It's like because you only show the same teams on TV every couple of days,
night.
So it's
your
like
hot game is the Saturday night game.
And you
showing
sitting there like,
teams.
okay, hey, allow them to rush stuff up just a little bit.
We'll see. But they might not though, because it might be touch fouls against Steph because he's the media darling right now.
Let me ask this: is it when can you call somebody great? And me and Mason was talking about this earlier today. I still think this Golden State team, because you got Andre Iguodala coming as your 6th man, coming off the bench. He hits 2 free throws like it wasn't nothing. That's a vet. If he came to the Hawks. Andre Iguodala's a 2. It's a whole different team right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Is he the big engine for Golden State in y'all opinion?
Iguodala?
No, Steph.
Yeah. I mean, because everything is surrounded around him. I mean, right now he is that dude.
Do they give enough credit to? My thing is Draymond.
Oh, do they give enough credit to the other guys?
And Klay Thompson, because Klay always guarding the number 1 guy.
Right.
He had to go out Westbrook because.
He's the ultimate glue guy.
Mm-hmm.
He is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that whole thing works there because of Draymond Green. He's that Dennis Rodman type, does all the dirty work that the other cats won't want to do. And because Steph and Klay Thompson they're finesse guys.
Oh yeah, all day.
You know.
It was Enes Kanter I was talking about.
Okay.
Kanter.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Draymond Green is the guy that does all the dirty work once again, and you need those guys on your team.
Yeah. And what makes that team look. I still think they can be beat. And, you look at last year's final. Cleveland played with LeBron and 4 kids from the rec league.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And won 2 games.
They went to 6.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I just looked at this team and all they did was they put Dellavedova on and say, just do it.
Yeah, but they got a chemistry problem there, though.
Oh, yeah.
When they lost 3 of their last 4 games.
Yeah.
The chemistry problem, the problem is I believe, is that Kyrie Irving isn't happy. And he's not going to be happy because in Kyrie's mind, and I'm not even saying that it's not the case, he feels like he should be the man.
Oh, he's the man, yeah.
And he got skills to say he's the man. Now, if LeBron didn't come to Cleveland, they gave Kyrie $100 million.
No doubt.
Yeah.
People forget that.
No doubt.
That boy can ball.
Boy.
And so I think this is an ego thing coming into play between the relationship between him and LeBron.
Yeah.
And they're not going to ever work it out, man. I mean, Tyronn Lue's the coach now, but it's just...
Did you agree with that for him coming to coach, Ty Lue? You thought it was a good move?
I'm okay with it. Everybody seems to talk highly of Tyronn Lue.
Yeah.
I didn't care one way or the other. I know David Blatt was horrible. I know David Blatt would have never been the coach if LeBron had been there and signed there before he got the job.
Oh, yeah, no.
I never thought it was going to work in the first place. Like, I was shocked that he actually kept his job all last year.
Yeah.
When they struggled at the beginning,
yeah,
I thought sure they were going to cut him or fire him at the at the midpoint of the season, but they didn't.
Man, unfortunately, man, I know you got to go, man. So before you leave, dog, anybody you want to get shot? Well, first of all, thanks for coming on with us, man.
We appreciate
this a lot.
Man, shouts out to y'all for having me in, man, and to people listening to the show. Show love to the stews in them streets once again.
No doubt.
If you get a chance, tune into the Doug Stewart Show, thedougstewartshow.com, Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m.
He be going off, y'all.
Yeah,
I mean, it's basically the 2-hour stews. It's one stew.
Yeah.
And I can get a little bit more raw. FCC ain't on my back like they used to be back in the day. So
I bet y'all used to get all kind of calls back.
Oh, man, we used to get called in the office all the time.
Called in office, baby.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
He get us called in office all the time.
I get called, yeah.
Well, thank y'all for having me on, bro.
Appreciate you, Doug.
We about to take these photos. Stay with us, man. It's the Crush.
Coming to Tampa Bay, I said we want to win a Super Bowl, and I believe we will.
From IamSecond.com.
We came close, but never really did win that championship.
Former NFL head coach Tony Dungy.
At the end of my 6th year, I was fired, and it was one of the biggest disappointments of my life. Next year, I'm in Indianapolis, get to the playoffs, but get knocked out again. And for the next couple of years, it's the same thing. Everyone is saying Colts are never going to win one. And I did wonder, why didn't it pan out the way I thought it would? But I determined that I had to have Christ first, and that everything else came below that, including my own desires. The next year, that ended up being our year to go to the Super Bowl and win it. And it was a wonderful feeling. Every decision I make, I'm going to make it through the lens of Jesus Christ, and He'd guide us to that ultimate victory. I'm Tony Dungy, and I am second.
Well, I finally did it. My student loan is totally paid off.
What? What about our plan to win the lottery and start living? You know, travel the world on matching yachts, wear enough jewelry to require a bodyguard, vacation on the French Riviera, and then buy it.
You know we're never going to win the lottery, right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs, the Georgia Society of CPAs, and the Ad Council.
Vince Lombardi once said that it's hard to be aggressive when you're confused. Some of us think that taking our lives to the next level, both personally and professionally, is a confusing and complicated process. Guess what? It's not, and I can prove it. My book, Truisms, will show you how living your life by rules that are so self-evident and obvious, you'll say, I knew that. This powerful yet short, detailed bestseller is on sale right now, under $10. Go to michaelmcfadden.com. That's michaelmcfadden.com, and let Truisms help you to the next level.
You know you're listening to the dopest show on the airwaves, right?
You're my boy!
It's the Crush. SSNATL.com.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, we're back as we periscoping, kind of turns around a little bit. Hey, Mason, talk a little bit, man.
Hey, speaking of that, we got a caller. Hey, caller, what's your question on?
Hey, man, I was trying to get in on that segment with you and my man Doug Stewart.
Yes, sir.
But hey, you know I'm gonna holler anyway.
Yeah, what's up, Jay?
No doubt.
Jake.
That's my boy,
No
Jay.
doubt.
We know the voice, man.
Yes, sir.
We know the voice, man.
Hey, have y'all already talked about the combine?
We getting there, man.
We're going to get on it.
We touched a little bit on it, man.
Yeah, just touch a little bit on it.
What you got about it, Jay?
Bruh, when we gonna get over this, man? If you don't know that these boys can play by now with all the film that they got on them, then you just need to give your job up.
Yeah.
You ain't no kind of scout.
Well, you know what, Jay? It's funny, Jay, because, I mean, you know, this is that time for them to get all up close and personal. That first time they just be around these kids. And then the NFL Network making a gang of money. So that's what it's all about. It's just about the dollars.
It's big money.
It's got to be, because I saw enough at the senior and throughout the year, I can tell you if the guy can play, can't play, or not.
Yeah.
You've seen him against good talent, bad talent.
Yeah.
You see what his weaknesses are. You definitely don't need a dude like Maycock, who's never played a down in his life, trying to tell you, oh, this guy is a sure enough #1 pick. Come on, man.
Hey, man. And it's like this.
When has he been right?
The Underwear Olympics, man, it's one of the fun time. Hey, Jay, man, as always, bro, thanks for calling us, man. We love you, bro.
Appreciate you, bro.
And we still, that's our man Jay from Core 360 Sports, man. Check him out, man. One of the dopest people we know back there.
No
hey, man, I apologize for that last segment. I was messing up names and all, but, I get over it.
It's all good.
You get over it, too.
Yeah.
Hey, we still here talking that NBA, but first of all, shout out to Doug, man.
Hey, man.
That was fun, man.
That was, man, like I say, man, phenomenal guy, man. Every time I talk to him, and it's crazy, they need to hear that.
Yeah.
And understand. I mean, they really are the reason that, we sat around and like, hey, man, let's do it. They gave a blueprint on how to do it.
One of the things he said that I truly agree with, if you know AM stations, especially in the South, you ain't hear brothers on the radio like that. Man.
No.
Not two of them. You'll hear one here, one there.
Yes, sir. They're not going to do a show together.
If you see two, something happened.
Dude, and I didn't even get to, they would do the Tom Joyner show all the time.
Yeah.
They were the go-to guys for sports.
Yeah, and we don't want to, he couldn't get into it. We don't know either, but 3 years is a long time.
Dude, when guys, we know they are way better than.
I'm listening to some of these shows, and I'll be like, I mean, heck,
yeah.
That's why we do what we do.
Yeah, and what's funny, we're starting to reach some of these people.
Yeah.
And, it's like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
It's different out there.
That's why we on Sensation Station Network.
Yeah, man. The game funny.
Yeah. But it is what it is. But we were talking about before we left, man. Before we left, talking about the NBA. My thing is this. I want everybody to understand, we do not hate Steph.
Nah.
But you will not shove Steph down our throat.
Constantly. All Steph all the time.
I'm looking at that game, and I honestly had the opinion of, why haven't they picked him up 94 feet?
Oh, yeah. You got to know, I mean, again, but still, even as a player, you on the just your basketball IQ kicks in. Like, dude, he can pull. Once he come across half court, he can pull. I need to pick him up. I need to make his shot as difficult as possible. That was like warm up.
You have Andre Robinson. That's his name. That's the kid I've been trying to think of.
Yeah.
Who starts for you on your. The reason why he starts is because they call him a defensive guru.
Yeah.
That's his job. He
Yeah.
can lock down. Why isn't Andre, who probably had 5 fouls left,
Yeah.
picking up Steph from 94 feet and making him work?
But even you, Westbrook, you understand. You're the point guard.
Yeah.
You're the quarterback on the floor. You understand game situations. Dude, let me go make him work to come up the floor.
Yeah.
And let me get the ball out his hand.
Because if I
let somebody else beat me.
Yeah, let Clay
Steph
beat me.
not going to beat me.
Let Draymond. I'm not going to let Steph. I'm trapping him. I'm doing whatever.
Steph not going to beat me. The ball got to come out his hand.
And like Doug said, the thing is that we're not hating on him, but I do have a problem. Cats aren't saying we're trying to protect our legacy. We just looking like, dog, these teams are defense. They have some defensive problems.
Yeah.
You can't let a man come up and you ain't like pushing him off his line and touching him a little bit. Take the foul. You know what I'm saying? You got 6. You got KD on. KD shouldn't be taking your foul.
KD shouldn't foul.
Andre Robinson should be taking your foul.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? The guy that Waiters should be taking your fouls.
Boy.
Because he ain't doing nothing for you.
Dion
Waiters ain't doing that. But I'm just saying, all I know is this. The kid in a year and a half has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
But please quit with, if I've seen greatness. That shot was awesome. But I also saw Reggie Miller shoot 8 points in 3 seconds.
Yeah. And like I said, dog, don't get it wrong, dog. He is a great player. And he's playing right now. He's playing great basketball.
Yeah.
But let's see him win 3, 4. Let's see if he can go 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Before we put that label on these guys.
It is a different league. There's no way in today's and I'm sounding like my daddy, but there's no way back in the day you could win a game at the end with a 6'7" center and a 6'6" power forward.
No.
That's who the Golden State puts out Harrison Barnes and Draymond as they power forward and center at the end of the game.
But man, you got to understand this when you talk about the Chicago Bulls, their backcourt. Ron Harper was 6'7", and Jordan was 6'6".
And Ron would take the, and that's the thing. Reggie had to go against it. And before we give, the reason why I don't want to get off the Reggie thing, Reggie didn't win. I get it. But he had to go against Chicago.
Patrick Ewing played in the Jordan era.
He had to play them. And he would go against, he had to go Jordan, who was the thing you said today. Before we can say he's one of the greatest of all time, and this is Steph.
You got to do it on both ends.
You got to be first-team defensive players.
He plays
on
no
the
defense.
first-team defense sooner or later.
Jordan would lock you up.
Yeah.
Kobe would lock you up. Steph plays, I say, Olay defense.
Yeah.
I say it all the time. He'll let a guy go by because he's ready to release.
And
he don't match up against Westbrook all the time.
And I know we make sure joke with the LeBron thing, but LeBron played 4 through 1, 1 through 4.
LeBron will lock you up.
Yeah.
LeBron played defense.
Yeah.
I'll give him that. He played defense.
Yeah. And that's different. Until we can see it on both, and he can guard Westbrook a game, and not be taken off in the first minute of the game.
Yeah.
Don't give me the ghost stuff, man. I understand this microwave society. Like, y'all be talking about Future, the greatest of all time, too. Come on, guys. There's a lot of rappers that did it way stronger.
Yeah, it was a guy called Tupac.
Yeah, I understand y'all all
who's still hot.
There wasn't no Twitter back in our day. Can you imagine Twitter in Jordan day?
You know what?
The highlights would have been exploded.
It ain't so much the highlights. Because, you just heard the stories about Jordan, like the gambling and all stuff.
Yeah.
Just imagine somebody had a camera phone and that classic story when they played New York, he couldn't sleep, so he go down to Atlantic City.
Jordan slide in a bunch of chips in the middle of the table.
Yeah.
Not one or two.
Yeah. Twitter wouldn't have been good for Michael Jordan.
Nah, you're right.
Facebook wouldn't have been good for Michael Jordan. I'm glad we didn't have it in that era.
Yeah, I didn't think about it,
Yeah, nah.
Because Jordan might have been.
Yeah,
we know he ain't good with the press anyway.
Jordan wouldn't be selling the number of tennis shoes that he's selling if we had Twitter.
That's a good point. We're going to have to make that a topic one day.
No doubt.
Hey, stay with us, man. We'll be right back.
Yep.
Coming to Tampa Bay, I said we want to win a Super Bowl, and I believe we will.
From IamSecond.com.
We came close, but never really did win that championship.
Former NFL head coach Tony Dungy.
At the end of my 6th year, I was fired, and it was one of the biggest disappointments of my life. Next year, I'm in Indianapolis, get to the playoffs, but get knocked out again. And for the next couple of years, it's the same thing. Everyone is saying Colts are never going to win one. And I did wonder, why didn't it pan out the way I thought it would? But I determined that I had to have Christ first, and that everything else came below that, including my own desires. The next year, that ended up being our year to go to the Super Bowl and win it. And it was a wonderful feeling. Every decision I make, I'm going to make it through the lens of Jesus Christ, and He'd guide us to that ultimate victory. I'm Tony Dungy, and I am second.
Well, I finally did it. My student loan is totally paid off.
What? What about our plan to win the lottery and start living? Travel the world on matching yachts, wear enough jewelry to require a bodyguard, vacation on the French Riviera, and then buy it.
You know we're never going to win the lottery, right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs, the Georgia Society of CPAs, and the Ad Council.
Did you know volunteering can be fun? Community service is for everyone. Young people, families, men, women. As a volunteer, you'll help your community and gain valuable skills. Network with others. Energize your life. Make an impact and have fun. Get in step with your community. Volunteer. Visit www.lionsclubs.org.
This is Ford Jarvis, head football coach at Mays High School. When I listen to sports radio, I listen to ssnatl.com.
Oh, live.
And then one of the funniest videos ever.
When he jump off the
when Mac 10 jump out. Hey man, I love me some Mac 10, dog.
It was my joint though.
Oh man, Mac 10. Mac 10 was hilarious, man.
Well, West Side Connection, all that stuff, boy. I love that, man.
Mac 10 to the rescue.
Oh, live. Hey man, we're back. We're still doing this NBA talk, man. And the interesting thing Doug talked about before he left, man. The Cleveland Cavaliers, and you look at LeBron. He was out one game, took a break.
Yeah, now they need to rest him. They need to sit him out some more.
Yeah, and he gonna have to.
Yeah,
and you saw them against what they did against the Wizards. Kyle Lowry is one of my. If I had a top 5 MVP, he's one of my probably number 5.
Dude, he's right. He's there.
Yeah, because Toronto's doing some great things right now.
Toronto is going to be dangerous. Yeah. In the playoffs. In a 7-game series, Toronto is going to be dangerous.
Yeah. Now they beat Cleveland 99-97. You saw he hit the shot. John LeBron missed it. But what I did see is Cleveland just looks disorganized, man. It just looks. If LeBron isn't doing something,
yeah.
And Kyrie, you can tell it's in his face. You can tell he's got that. I don't like the way I'm playing.
Not with it.
I'm not liking this right now.
Yeah, he not with it.
LeBron 24/7. He killing my money.
Yeah.
And Kyrie might ask for a trade, but it just, and you heard this from K Love. When I look at Cleveland, I don't know, man. It just Ty Lue here. He got the basketball mind they wanted. He seemed like he could talk. He was a point guard, even though he was a defensive point guard. He wasn't really he played for the Hawks. He was a point guard, but
yeah. Well, I mean, you know, we'll see with them. I don't see this thing. The more I keep looking at it, I think Toronto is going to be the team that's going to come out the East.
It's going to be interesting. You don't want to see, if you're in a regular season, this always seem to have problems.
Yeah.
But when you're in that playoff, in that 7-game series,
when you playing the same team every night and they game playing against you every night,
yeah,
and when you know you have to face DeRozan every night and Kyle Lowry, dude, it's going to be tough.
What I want to see though is when I always see the playoffs, you always see them in the regular season players got problems and all that. But when you're in that series, you like, man, we about to go home. We can win a title. We got the squad. Will Kyrie be like, you know what? I need to let this ride just one time and just play my heart out and just ball? Because you can't go in. They going to double LeBron. Kyrie, you can hit your 25 to 30. Yeah. You saw how much they missed him in the
playoffs, in the finals, yeah.
When he was gone, it was they, even though they went 6, it was really a team.
His mental mind state is going to be. That's what we're gonna find out about Cleveland.
Yeah.
Is he really into it, or does he really not like being second fiddle to LeBron?
Even if you want your own team, you getting in the playoffs and getting to a championship ain't easy.
No,
and you got a chance to go far and play in the June and all that stuff.
And this is why I said LeBron should have never left Miami.
Yeah,
should have never left Miami. I understand you want to come back home, dog. You can always come back home, man. But dude, your best chance to win, and I mean, you know, blood clots not included, not with Chris Bosh, but I mean,
ain't it funny after LeBron all that stuff happened to him, man?
Yeah, man.
It's like you waited till he left before you like, yeah, man, my body just turning on me right now.
But you know what? But him and LeBron worked out together all the time.
Yeah.
So you know, maybe when LeBron leaving, he changed his habits. Hey.
All I know is it just seems weird.
Hey.
Yeah, after LeBron left, he started having all these problems.
Just saying.
Hey, man, when we come back, man, we're going to give us our top 5, bottom 3, man. We got to do that, dog. Hey, thank you guys for listening. It's The Crush.
You.
I am an American soldier. I'm a warrior and a member of a team. I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values.
I will always place this first.
I will never accept defeat.
I will never accept defeat.
I will never quit.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
I am disciplined.
I am disciplined.
Physically and mentally tough.
Trained and proficient in my warrior task and drill.
I always maintain my arms, my equipment, and myself.
I am an expert, and I am a professional.
I stand ready to deploy, engage, and destroy
The enemies of the United States of America in close combat.
I am a guardian of freedom and the American way of life.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
I am an American soldier.
There's strong, and there's Army strong. See what it takes at GoArmy.com.
Thanks for asking, but I'd rather not send you nude pictures. I'm camera shy. I already said no. Under my clothes, I'm a robot. My webcam is broken. I'm worried they'll get passed around school. I have a rash. I have nudophobia. I have lizard skin. I'm a vampire, so I don't show up in pictures anyways. Your badgering has really killed the mood.
When someone is pressuring you to do something you don't want to, how many ways can you say no before they get the message? Let us know at that'snotcool.com. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
You know you're listening to the dopest show on the airwaves, right?
You're my boy!
It's the Crush. SSNATL.com.
Thank you, sir.
This is Amari Batman Carroll. You listen to The Crush, the only sports radio show that they're going to keep it real in the A on Sensation Station Network.
And we back. Shout out to Amari Carroll. We're going to see Batman again
We'll
this
see
month,
Bat in
man.
a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Batman.
In the building.
Hey, man, we come back, man. We're still talking NBA. We're going to give our top 5, bottom 3. You know, it usually don't change in basketball. You know, football would change.
Mine changed a little bit.
But mine did too, man.
Yeah.
So, let me start this on.
Go ahead, dude.
Number 5, man, OKC. I came by to them with only, I don't see it. They lost to Cleveland. They lost to Golden State. They got problems on that squad.
Okay.
I'm doing something a little different, Mace. I got a tie for the 3rd spot.
Okay.
Cleveland, Toronto are tied in my book. Because even Cleveland got the better record, but Toronto's playing better ball. So that's why I'm kind of right here with it. So I'm still got them tied for 3. Toronto's doing some things. Number 2, of course, is the Spurs, and number 1 is Golden State. I still want to see Golden State, and I can't wait to see. I hope that series happens.
Yeah,
I want to see Kawhi on Curry.
It'll happen
for 7 games. I want to see what happened then.
I was kind of similar. I got Cleveland at 5. OKC at 4. 3, I got Toronto. They 19-6 since the 1st of January. 2, I got San Antonio, and Golden State number 1. Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, you can't even.
You can't hate on it. To beat a man, you got to beat the man.
Yeah, they are right now on pace to get 7-3. They got 1 game. They are 1 game better than the Bulls were at 95.
Yeah, 96. Got the Hawks tonight.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
Yeah.
My bottom 3 at number 28, Phoenix, and at 29, you got the LA Lakers, and still at 30 with 8 men over 6'11", 76ers.
Yeah, I got 30. I got Philly. They 8-51. Unbelievable. 29, I got Phoenix, and 28, I got the Lakers.
Yeah, man. So, big story came out this week. Slow Joe. No, not just joking. Joe Johnson. Don't be mad. He signed with the Heat.
Joe.
What does he do for the Heat, man?
He does nothing for the Heat.
Nothing, man?
Nah, he does nothing for the Heat.
He doesn't give him a little punch?
No, not really, because he don't. They got another scorer to replace Bosh.
That's what they made.
But, I mean, Joe about the nightlife. That's why Joe picked Miami. Joe don't want to win no championship. If he really wanted to contend for a championship, he would have went to Cleveland.
Yeah.
He don't want that kind of pressure, man. He go down to Miami, and if anybody knows Joe Johnson loves the nightlife. He was like a one-man stimulus package in Atlanta. That's why I like all the.
I know what type of stimulus.
Yeah, the real talk. The girls at the Cheetah, they were probably like hoping he would come back.
Yeah.
Joe, I mean, if y'all ever seen Joe Johnson out in his big boy Jeep, always filled up with the ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah,
and he in Miami.
He is in the perfect spot.
King of diamonds, baby.
Yeah. But I just looking at that squad though. I mean, Whiteside, you got Wade. He gonna have to be. You got the kid from Duke.
Yeah, Justice Winslow.
Mm-hmm. You got the point guard that's there, and you just garage it. So it was cute. I mean, it was good. I mean, he's gonna give them a punch. He's coming off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna give them a punch. You still got Lou Aller coming off. He's gonna start.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean,
hey man, all he wanted to do was be on the nightlife, be on South Beach.
All of the nights.
Yeah, he probably got a condo right on South Beach.
He probably already had a crib down there.
Hey, man, I'm just saying, man. He
Real
probably
quick,
staying
man.
at the Bird, man.
Right now, top 8, we got Cleveland, Toronto, Boston, Miami, Atlanta, Charlotte, Chicago, and Indiana, with Detroit right on deck with Indiana right now.
Right below the Mendoza line.
Right there with them. And Washington right behind them. In the West, Golden State, San Antonio, OKC, the Clippers, the Grizzlies, the Mavericks, the Blazers, and the Rockets, with the Utah Jazz breathing heavily on their foot. Now, what's funny is, this year, if you look at the 2 conferences, no one in the East who's in the playoff contention has a below 500 record.
Mm-hmm.
But in the West this year, Houston has a 29-30 record. And
very dysfunctional team.
So think about that. They brought back Dwight Howard and all of that. Now, because, for years, all the East, they should just shake this up and don't give 12 teams from the West the chance to be in it.
Bust out.
Now look at it now.
Yeah.
Now you got teams. The NBA fixes itself.
It always come back around.
It always fixes itself.
Always come back around.
So, and who would have thought the Lakers would have been this bad this long? But,
man, please.
They don't have no talent.
Swaggy P.
Yeah. I mean, you can't. Kobe's like, I'm out. I'm tired. Finally, he's going to start Russell the rest of the year.
The Kobe tour has been well, though.
Yeah.
It's been well.
Yeah, he got all kind of stuff.
No doubt.
I saw NBA TV this week when they was talking about Kareem when he was going.
Yeah.
Kareem got all time to give. Yeah. They would give him boats.
Kobe say he didn't want that.
He didn't want that stuff. Hey, man, when we come back, man, we're going to the Crush recap. Man, this show went by fast. So stay with us. It's the Crush.
Coming to Tampa Bay, I said we want to win a Super Bowl, and I believe we will.
From IamSecond.com.
We came close, but never really did win that championship.
Former NFL head coach Tony Dungy.
At the end of my 6th year, I was fired, and it was one of the biggest disappointments of my life. Next year, I'm in Indianapolis, get to the playoffs, but get knocked out again. And for the next couple of years, it's the same thing. Everyone is saying Colts are never going to win one. And I did wonder, why didn't it pan out the way I thought it would? But I determined that I had to have Christ first, and that everything else came below that, including my own desires. The next year, that ended up being our year to go to the Super Bowl and win it. And it was a wonderful feeling. Every decision I make, I'm going to make it through the lens of Jesus Christ, and He'd guide us to that ultimate victory. I'm Tony Dungy, and I am second.
It takes 12 years to create a graduate. It takes about the same time to create a dropout. And at the end of the day, the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be you. So United Way is asking you to make a pledge. Tutor a child who needs help. Mentor a kid who needs someone on their side. Volunteer to read to children. Because when a child advances, we all advance. Be a reader, tutor or mentor. Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United. Take the pledge now at liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
This is Bobby Yotta from the Ohio State. I'm kicking with the Crush on Sensation Station Network.
And we're back. Let me first apologize, man. I didn't tell y'all that the Crush intro was brought to you by Herbal Results. And with Herbal Results, results speak louder than word. You can find them on Herbal Results at www.herbalresults.biz, or you can call them to place an order at 612-567-3263. I can tell y'all right now, I've been taking this stuff for 30 days. Good stuff. So call them and learn about them. So big shout out to Herbal Results being one of our sponsors. Right now, we're going to the Crush recap brought to you by
Blunt Power.
With Blunt Power, 3 sprays last for days. You can find out more about
Blunt Power
at their website, bluntpower.com, or go to their Facebook, Blunt Power, and or their Twitter page at Blunt Power.
I watched 5 Heartbeats today. It got me ready. Got me ready for that. Tomorrow I'm going to watch Temptations.
So, Maceo.
Yes, sir.
You look like pepper and buttermilk this week, but it was a good time. Tell people about your Atlanta Motor Speedway experience,
man. First and foremost, I am a race fan.
Okay.
Love racing. Was able to go down to NASCAR, watch the dueling trucks.
Yeah.
Man, just a great time, man.
Well, it was awesome to see it on Periscope, too. I'm telling y'all. I had to put that out there.
Yeah, and it was a couple of guys who were like, it was cool to be watching it on TV and watching it on my Periscope. So, man.
Oh, I love that, man.
Love the racing.
I got to get AM. I've never been. I got to get down there.
It's dope.
I got to get down there.
It's dope.
One of my things on my bucket list to go see some races. Yeah. I don't care, because just looking at Maceo, what he was seeing, I was sitting like, okay, I would really enjoy this. The sound, the movement, the fast, I'd have been like, loving it.
And what was crazy was, like, we had 2 wrecks and then 2 cautions, and then they started the race back with like 4 laps left.
Oh, man.
It was very dope. And to see them guys go after it, it's a thing of beauty.
I can't really watch 500 on TV or 125.
It does no justice on TV.
But when you watch it live, I can already tell it's a different sport.
So
I get it. When people say you got to watch it live, I get it.
And it's just like hockey.
Yeah.
Hockey, to watch hockey on TV is terrible.
But to see the
to
physicalness.
go to a hockey game, oh, man. Like when the Thrashers were here, I go see the Thrashers all the time.
Yeah. And that's what I tell everybody. When you go to a racing event, you're going to have all these people in the stands. We're going to be hype and the crowd, the noise. I got to go, man. And, you know, I that's one of my bucket lists.
And the thing to understand racing, to understand drafting, and how the strategy, these guys go down into the pit and got to get the tires and just like, man, it's very dope. I love racing.
I'm going to do it, man. But good shout out to you, bro. I like that.
Man. You know, I do some white boy things.
Yeah.
Sort of white boy.
What you got, man?
Oh, man, speaking of that, Jimmy Johnson, he won the 76. He won the NASCAR race this weekend. Tied with my driver, Dale Earnhardt Sr., man.
76.
Most wins. 76 wins.
76. That's 5 times you won Atlanta, too, man.
Yeah. He basically owns Atlanta.
Yeah, he loves Atlanta.
He basically loves
I got to find a new man to pull for, man. Jimmy's kind of my guy right now because I was a big Jeff Gordon fan. He retired last year. I like Jimmy, too. They said they was on the same race team for years. So we'll keep it going. Atlanta Braves announced 2 things by Andrew Jones. They're going to induct him into the Braves Hall of Fame.
Well deserved.
And he's a special assistant to baseball operation as well. So you get to see Drew back home.
Yeah.
And it's good to see Andrew with the RUW. Get to see him back, but glad he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. Glad he's back with the Braves. Good to see him because Andrew brought us some fun for years.
Good to see him, man. My funny story real quick. Michael Beasley was named MVP in the Chinese Basketball League.
I saw that.
This dude averaged 31.9 points, 13.2 rebounds. Needless to say, he dominated that league over there. Yeah, needless to
Beasley
say.
have never been a bad player, just like he would just have.
Dude, Beasley, too much money.
Yeah.
He was in all the wrong cities.
Yeah. Every time you see Beasley, like, his game is nice. He got handles.
Dude,
he's big.
His game been nice since college when he was at Kansas State.
But when, like you say, Miami,
he can't stay off the weed.
Yeah.
He can't stay off the weed.
Hey, I heard this about, and I'm like, when I saw this story, I'm like, I don't doubt it, because the kid can play.
It ain't no good weed over in China. It clearly not no good weed in China. He needs to stay over there. Become like Stephon Marbury.
I'm going to call this guy Cat from now on.
Who that?
Trent Richardson. He's
he
got 9 lives.
Chance.
He's got 9. The Ravens brought him in to take a physical. So I'm going to call him Cat.
Yeah,
when you hear me say Cat, that's Trent Richardson, because he got 9 lives.
Only legally blind running back in the NFL.
Because the film I've seen, he should be coaching somewhere right now.
Nah, dude lift too many weights, man.
But he gets another shot. It's every team be like, I think we can make him better.
He played at the University of Alabama.
Yeah.
And he's a weight room guy. He's free.
He's off when you see him off the plane.
Yeah.
That guy that can play.
And and then NFL scouts, NFL coaches, everybody feels like I can get him in my system and I can work him in my system. So I mean, somebody continues to like this guy.
Ever since I seen him when that Raiders game when he couldn't cut back,
he missed that cut. I'm talking about like
when they posted it, I'm like, that wasn't even a small cut either. That was
Morgan could have cut back and ran through that hole and scored a touchdown.
When I saw that pitch, I'm like, no, that wasn't even like it wasn't like it was a late break. I mean, he had just got the ball,
bro. He was still trying to run like you're supposed to run the daylight. He was still running in the pile.
I say, dude, that cutback was ridiculous. But hey, the Ravens say they want him in for a physical or whatever.
Hey man,
the Cat,
unbelievable,
Trent Richardson.
Man.
What you got, man?
Man, the UConn women's basketball squad, they've won 65 straight basketball games.
Makes sense,
Gino Auriemma, man, I mean, like...
They probably ask why he going to coach me and why are you winning? You probably make more than the coach of the men's basketball.
Yeah, he makes more than Kevin Ollie, man.
Ollie ain't making no money like that.
65 straight wins. And, I mean, we can't even count. He don't even have enough fingers for the rings.
Ain't even close no more.
Yeah. And he's probably going to win it again this year, man. This guy gets the best female talent in the country every year.
He always get the superstar player.
Always.
And then he just surrounded with more superstars.
And he keep a 6'7", 6'8" girl, 2 or 3 of them. Yeah. Man, hats off to that guy, man.
And beloved for him.
Yeah, man.
Hey, this weekend, happy birthday to Marshall Faulk, man. He turned 43 this weekend. If you had a top 5, Maceo, what would Marshall rank in your top 5?
Marshall is...
Let me just say top back. I want to say top 5.
Marshall is near the top. I mean, Marshall could do it all.
Nothing about him was wrong.
Nothing. Dude could catch. Everybody has said to a man, he's the smartest football player they've ever been around.
Rich Eisen said
everybody said that.
He's got more catches than Irvin.
Yes, he does.
And this guy ran for over 10,000, way over there.
If you've never seen Marshall Faulk play live, everybody, you missed it.
And I'm gonna tell everybody this: when they was on the greatest show on turf back in the day, you almost had to look, and you couldn't really double the outside because you was afraid of what he was gonna do to you from the backfield.
He was a matchup nightmare. You
didn't know what to do. You didn't know where to put 7 in the box against him. You didn't know because you couldn't put 7 because they were killing you with Bruce and Hope and outside.
Yeah.
So you didn't know what to do against that team back in the day, and they were that great. That was a great team.
And the thing you could do with Marshall, you could line Marshall out as receiver. You know,
I used to hate when I would see him line up there and they slide that line. I'm like, this is nice, man.
It's bad, man. I tell people all the time, you really want to see how somebody's supposed to really get it. Just YouTube Marshall Faulk and just watch how that Cleveland Brown game when they played Cleveland, and he just stopped and let Buddy run by. I mean, he played a lot of touch football growing up there.
And the one thing I looked at the NFL this weekend and the combine. And we'll talk more about combine tomorrow when Garrison come in here.
Young Garrison, Hurst in the building tomorrow.
But they were doing a drill where they were throwing over the shoulder for running backs.
Yeah.
The only reason they doing that is because of
Marshall Faulk, yeah.
Nobody running backs were thought to do one thing. You caught them. Sometimes you would catch a swing pass
that swing,
or you would pound the ball.
That's
you had a Marshall Faulk.
Yeah.
He was a nightmare, dude.
Yeah, dude. He running. And that's what they call it the Marshall Faulk route, that dart route.
Oh man.
Start out, bam, plant, and come back into the middle. Yeah, man.
Hey, you got one more before we leave?
Yeah, man. Tom Brady has agreed to a 2-year extension
Wow.
So that means he will be with the New England Patriots till he's 42 years old.
Tom making that change. Man.
Tom, terrific.
Tom's out there, brand new puppies and down new contracts.
And your wife still don't care about your check.
Yeah, she laughing at your checks too.
That's all you make.
Yeah.
Boy, go on somewhere.
Go make me some UGG money.
Yeah.
I'll let you, boy.
Go hold them dogs up again.
Hey, man, big shout out today, man. We're about to leave for the day, but shout out to Doug Stewart. Thanks for coming through, bro.
Yes, sir.
Great conversation about Steph. Again, we're not hating on Steph, people. We just, can you slow down for a little bit? Don't give him the crown yet.
Yeah, man. Please
It's been a year and a half. It's like a year and a half hot streak. So give him a couple of years. Let the boy grow into his own thing, man. Tomorrow, we already said it, man. My homeboy from Lincoln County.
Garrison Hurst, man, the second greatest Georgia Bulldog.
He'll be in tomorrow. You thought the day was fun. It's going to be fun. You know, we got stories.
It's going to be hilarious. Now, I have a great Magic City story to tell Garrison.
Always good to put that together.
It's going to be crazy.
Thank you, Sky. Thank you, Nikki.
Nikki Pell.
See y'all in 22 hours. Maceo, thank you, brother.
I appreciate that, my dog.
See y'all. Have a good day. Peace. Thank you, everybody. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
One love. I'm going to do the one love Houdini dance for y'all.
Yeah, that dirt,
tomorrow.
That dirt in the gas tank hit it.
We'll see y'all. Peace.